Hey everybody, welcome to the Clockwork Cantina, episode 33. I'm one of your hosts, Josh902, and this is our co-host right here. That's you, Daniel. I can't hear you talking, buddy.
And I am DT3. Sorry, everybody. How we doing?
There
How's
you go.
everybody doing today? What's going on? Welcome to episode 33. Hope you guys are doing well. Thank you, Val, for the raid.
Yeah, apologize for the quick restart there. I had the wrong codec selected, and I couldn't hit the record button. As you know, I've done that multiple times in the past few weeks.
Josh, I believe you're muted because I cannot hear you.
You can't hear me?
Yeah, I can't hear you, Josh. So.
Oh, that's weird. Stream, can you hear me? 1 second while I fix this. Technical difficulties, guys. Hang on 1 second. It could be a Discord thing. So let me check and see.
Oh, I can hear you now.
Oh, are we good?
I can hear you now, yeah.
That's weird.
The reason why I didn't say anything after you did the introduction was because I couldn't hear you. I was like,
Oh, okay. Oh, we're good now, I guess. That was weird.
Yeah, I don't know what happened now, but we're good.
Okay.
Hello.
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Here we are again. Sorry about that. Weird things are happening today. It's been a really weird day. A really weird day. That's all I can say at the moment. Thanks for the raid, Val. Appreciate it. Sorry for the quick restart. As you see, issues happened. But we're good now. We're all fine here now.
Everything's fine here.
How are you?
Yeah.
How you doing,
everybody.
Daniel? How today's episode's about modding, by the way.
Yes, episode 33, modding madness. That's what we're talking about today. We both, Josh and I, have a lot of experience with modding games, so
it's so true.
We'll be talking about that for the main topic here today. But yeah, hope you guys are all doing good. Welcome for this episode. It's gonna be a fun one.
Absolutely. Sorry, I gotta get a drink here.
As always, every week we start off with the what have you done, what you been up to the past week, so we can go ahead and start with that. If you don't got anything else to say here in the intro, Josh.
I sure don't. What you been up to this past week?
I have been playing a bunch of games, trying to watch stuff but failing. But that's pretty much it, man. Just playing games, dude, because it's we're still in the in the madness that we are right now.
It's so true.
In the world. So there's but yeah, man, I've been playing some 7 Days to Die, of course. We've been on that. Been playing some Animal Crossing, of course. I tried out the Call of Duty, the Warzone thing yesterday. That was pretty fun. I actually had a bit more fun with that than I thought I was going to. So that was pretty neat. I've been playing XCOM 2 on stream.
Oh yeah.
Which I'm sure we'll talk about a bit here later, but that's been interesting. Playing some XCOM 2. It's been quite the run. And then what else? I got a few other games that I still need to try. But yeah, man, I just that's pretty much it though. It's just been trying to watch stuff and hanging out with people and just doing what you can to not lose your mind or whatever, right?
Yeah, a lot of late nights going on around here.
Yeah, watched the movie last night. That was fun. Got some food. I made a pretty bomb ass sandwich just on the spot yesterday. It was pretty good, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. It was just pretty good. And I was just thinking about that because that's like the last thing because that was like the last thing from yesterday.
That was the last thing I did yesterday. Sandwich. Yeah.
Yeah. Sandwich in a movie. Yeah, that's the way to end the night, dude. Sandwich in a fucking movie, bro.
Right.
Hell yeah.
Let's see. What have I been up to? I've been working on D&D stuff non fucking stop. I've got the new
Oh yeah.
overlay for tomorrow is ready. One of them. The
I-
other one I didn't
I'm
work on yet.
I'm excited. That's
It's
not the only thing you've done though.
gonna be fun. No, the other thing I've been doing is we started the 2 year recap videos that I've been wanting to do for a while. The first video is available on my YouTube now. Um, just search Josh902. It'll come up on YouTube. If you're interested in our Dungeons and Dragons adventures, this is kind of like the first video. Kind of recaps what I told the players before we started, who was in the game in those early days, and kind of kicks off the adventure a little bit. It's about 8 minutes long. I was gonna make one long video, but decided, hey, it'll be more manageable for people to watch and probably digest it, rather than hearing me
Yeah.
for hours at a time. Just hear me for
Right.
like 8 or 10 minutes at a time.
Yeah,
Instead.
I think that was probably a good call. Yeah.
But yeah, it was part of our my initiative to attempt to not be more professional. I feel like our streams are pretty professional anyway, but to
Just
improve it,
archive,
just improve
uh,
it too.
and
Yeah,
also just archiving the what's been going on these past 2 years in the
yeah.
Frozen Decimation, right?
And I've been wanting to do it for a while anyway. And the longer I put it off, the more videos I'm gonna have to make.
Yeah, for sure. I
uh,
mean, like because even there's some of the current players like like who were not there from the beginning, don't know the whole story really.
that's true.
So I think it'd be it'd be cool for them to kind of like to take a look at them and see what's been happening these past 2 years.
Yeah, so that's up on my YouTube. If you want to check that out, go check it out.
Absolutely.
If D&D is something you are into, or
And then
if
if
you're
you're
just
watching
curious, yeah.
and if you're watching this live, you should watch this again tomorrow because we'll be playing D&D tomorrow. If you're not watching live, then every Sunday at 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern,
Yeah.
twitch.tv/Josh902. Check
Go
us out. It's fun time,
It's
man.
some of the
Every
most fun we
Sunday.
have. Yeah. Yesterday, or late yesterday, last time we played rather,
I
um,
wish it was yesterday.
um, is a blast every time we do.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
Other than that, this past week I've been playing more Mountain Blade 2, although I think I'm done with it for the moment. I played
All right, yeah.
I've played 32 hours total. They're still doing patches and stuff every day, so shout outs to those guys working their heinies off, getting patches ready.
Working my hiney.
I'm waiting for, speaking of modding, I'm waiting for mods to come out for that game. There's some out there already. There's a lot out there already, actually. Um, but they've been doing a lot of bug fixes and stuff every day. Want to give them a shout out for doing that. If you haven't played Mountain Blade 2 Bannerlord, I advise you to check it out because I had a lot of fun with it. I play the Burger Brigade a little bit on stream. It'll probably make a comeback later on one of my streams in the future. Once it more of the stuff's out there. When I started
Burger
playing,
Brigade.
I set a goal for myself, which was to make my own independent kingdom off stream. Once I did that, I was pretty much hit my goal and was like, you know what, I'm gonna wait for the rest of the patches and stuff to come along. But yeah, I had a lot of fun with it. It's a lot of fun. Riding around on a horse, full speed with a spear, and killing motherfuckers is a lot of fun apparently.
Hell yeah, dude. I mean, honestly, like just looking at some of the gameplay, it looks like it's a fun time, dude.
Yeah,
Just
and
charging in with your boys, fucking attacking the opposing armies or whatever.
there's a lot of stuff I haven't even done. Like I barely did any of the trading stuff, or a lot of the kingdom management stuff's not in the game yet, I don't think. So I didn't do any of that. I pretty much just made my own kingdom and was done with it after that because I knew like a lot of that stuff wasn't in there. My character got
Mm.
married, had a bunch of kids, had like 3 daughters, 1 son, which was pretty funny. Um, and apparently, eventually, like they grow up and they'll fight with you and stuff like that, which is really cool. But yeah, that's Mountain Blade. Played a lot of that. I've been playing a lot of 7 days with the group stream with Val and you and everybody else. You know that.
Mm-hmm.
Any of you that
Mm-hmm.
have been checking out those streams or just us playing in general. We've
Yeah,
been
man.
having a
Those
lot
are
of fun.
fun. Those are fun.
Yeah.
Just everybody, during the Horde nights and 7 days is good stuff.
And we've been doing a lot of Animal Crossing, which is a lot of fun
Yeah,
as well.
I was actually playing that right before stream started.
Yeah, they're having a fishing tournament today. or
I
something.
did. Yeah, it was. I participated in it a little bit. I was checking the turnip prices and all that, and all the stuff.
But I think the Animal Crossing's kind of winding down a little bit for myself. I'll still play it. I probably just won't play it as much. I think
I
it's
get you.
kind of been going down a little bit for
That's
me.
fair.
I got to organize my island more, and the more I think about it, the more I'm like, do I really want to? And I'm like, yeah, I do, but I'm gonna do it very slowly.
Yeah, yeah.
um,
I'm in the process of reorganizing mine, so it's like, yeah, it's gonna take some time, but because the thing about that is like I want to like there's a lot of stuff I want to move, but you can only move like one building per day, and it's like, man, that's gonna take a while. And then like
yeah.
there's like a bridge that I literally only wanted to move like a little bit to the side, but in order to do that, you have to destroy the bridge
Oh
and then
God.
rebuild it. And you know how expensive that is? The bridges that I use cost 228,000 bells, and then not only that, to deconstruct them, they give you a 10,000 bell fee. So like,
Oh, gee, thanks.
yeah, right. Like, oh, even if you want to destroy it, they're like, all right, 10,000, cough it up, buddy.
Wish you told me that before I put my bridge down.
All right.
Oh man,
It's like,
thanks a lot, Tom
fuck,
Nook. You
dude.
fuck.
Yeah, fucker gets the bells whenever he can, however he can, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, man, that's why I get into the stock market with the turnips, dude, because you can make some bank off of them turnips every Sunday, man, and before 12 p.m. Got to get those turnips because you can make pretty penny off that.
Yep. 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 I overslept last time and didn't get any. All right. I think that's all we've been up to. I haven't really watched anything.
Yeah, we
I watched.
haven't.
I watched
Not
the
really.
original Toy Story the other night just for fun. I don't know.
Oh, nice. That's cool. I haven't seen that one in a little bit.
I watched that. I think that may have been the only thing I watched.
Speaking of Disney Plus, you guys, well, I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys the main topic for next week's episode of the podcast. We're gonna be talking about Onward, the new Disney movie. So Josh and I are gonna be watching it,
Mm-hmm.
and then at some point before next week, and then we're gonna be talking about it on stream. So that'll be fun. You guys should definitely check that out. We can have a talk, discuss about it, talk about it. Be good.
Mm-hmm. It'll be
Pixar is
awesome.
always they have a good track record, so I'm very optimistic about that movie, and it looked pretty good based off the trailers and everything that I know about it. So
I think the last movie we did was Joker, if I'm not
the
mistaken.
last review we did was basic. It was episode 9
Oh,
when we
that's
did
right.
that
That's right.
like super long episode with the return, because we
Yeah,
hadn't
that's
done
right.
the show in months. So that technically was the last one, but before that it was Joker. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. Yep, 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 yep.
Yep.
All right. Well, I don't have anything else. You want to hit the news?
Yeah, let's hit it. There's not a whole lot. I'm gonna go ahead and say right now, because of the world right now, there is hardly any news, and let me tell you, I have zero for the first time since we started this show. I have zero TV show news this week.
Holy jeez, Monetti.
That's just there's just not a whole lot of news out there, man, right
I
now,
know, man.
unfortunately.
Uh,
So yeah, I don't know if you have any at all, but I have zero. But
I haven't seen any.
yeah, that's what I know. It's the same here. I'm just like
But
I
we can
haven't
do a
seen
quick
any.
look before we
Well, you can do that, but I'm gonna go ahead
yeah.
and start here with the gaming news. Um, so speaking of Animal Crossing, there's the whole the Bunny Day event thing going on right now, and while it ends tomorrow on Easter, which tomorrow at the time of this recording, tomorrow Sunday, April 12th is Easter. Uh, the event is gonna end, but there was people there within like the past week, people had been complaining about like, man, there's too many damn eggs or whatever.
Oh
So
yeah.
they put a patch into the game, an update for there to be like less eggs, appearing. So I thought that was that was pretty funny. But I mean, it ends tomorrow, so we won't have to deal with these damn eggs anymore. I'm looking forward to seeing like you know things get back to normal. Uh, the cherry blossom stuff is over. The eggs will be over tomorrow. There, like you said, there's a fishing event going on today, which is pretty neat. Apparently, if you catch like enough fish or something, you can get like rewards. Or I don't know. I haven't really looked into it, but it's going on today. So that's yeah. Moving on. Uh, Here's a game that I've been wanting to get back into, but since we just been like stuck on the same games right now, like 7 days and stuff like that, I haven't
Yeah.
had a chance. But fucking No Man's Sky recently had a free update, and they added like exomechs and shit, dude. I'm like, what? That seems so cool.
Yeah, man.
So there's a little trailer that we can play on stream, so you guys can see it. And yeah, it looks pretty fucking rad. Like I don't know. I don't think you've played this game, right?
No,
Yeah.
I have not played any of No Man's Sky.
Yeah, it's I remember when it first came out, people were like, "Oh, they were giving it shit because it wasn't like the complete game or whatever." Um, it's come a long way though. I did not get this game at launch when it first came out, however many years ago, but I remember like watching it like before it came out, and I was like, "Man, this seems like an amazing game." And I did end up getting it like sometime last year, and what I played of it was pretty fun. I just haven't gone back into it lately because I've just been, stuck on other stuff. But this seems cool, man, that they're adding like mechs to it and stuff. That's pretty awesome, man.
Yeah, yeah, I know they've made a lot of good changes. The community seems to really
Yeah,
like
man.
all the changes that they've done it before, and like
Absolutely.
it seems to be in a lot better place now than it was when it first came out. I am kind of interested in checking it out.
It is, dude. Like it's a really fun game. I actually think you would like it, Josh. I know you
Yeah,
have you say you haven't played it, but I think you would like it. It's like it's a survival like resource kind of thing game that we're used to playing like with the forest and 7 days and that kind of deal. In that vein of games, this is like that, but just in space. So
that's pretty cool. I might check it.
yeah. So yeah, they got the Minotaur, the Exomechs in this game. So I definitely want to check that out at some point. Seems really, really cool. But yeah, that's pretty dope. Um Moving on from that, we have Sea of Thieves, which is another game that's pretty dope, having an update. And it's all about factions, fighting, and apparently cats. Uh so as we talked about last week, Uh, they're bringing the game to Steam. I don't know when. w- who knows when that's gonna happen? But there's gonna be a new free update to Sea of Thieves. It's called Ships of Fortune. And it's all about reinforcing and upgrading those systems. So you'll be able to build closer relationships with the factions like the Gold Hoarders, the Merchant Alliance, the Order of the Souls, and Athena's faction. You can become an emissary, and then the faction will provide boosted rewards and a new range of cosmetics. Uh, Becoming an emissary will require a significant donation, and then players will be able to earn one of the 5 grades uh, via that faction's standard gameplay loop. If a player has a high grade, selling loot to that faction will become a significant multiplier for even a bigger cash out and new cosmetics. For instance, emissaries of the Order of the Souls will be able to earn new spooky ships. Uh, the drawback of the new system is that the new faction joins the sea called the Reaper's Bones. The Reaper's Bones will target emissaries of other factions, leading to more PvE combat. Uh, and apparently, it's gonna like fix some PvP issues as well. They won't be battling for treasures now. They'll be instead fighting for one chest and one cash-in location. Each match will now last 15 minutes, down from 54. So it's cool. There's some little small changes there that are improving the quality of the gameplay and whatnot. And then apparently they're adding like cats as like pets because they have like they got like monkeys and parrots and shit. So it's pretty cool. The Sea of Thieves Ships of Fortune update is set to launch April 22nd. for players on Xbox One and PC. It's a free. It is a free update. So the 22nd. That is in about a week and a half of this recording. So that's cool. Another thing that I'll have to check out with the Sea of Thieves crew at some point. That'll be fun. Uh, the next thing here is something that Josh and I have both been have talked about already. But Saints Row the Third remaster coming to PC, PS4, and Xbox One. Deep Silver's 2011 comedy action adventure will return with improved looks. So I'm really hyped about this
I know, I'm excited.
because for those of you who are watching this right now and are not aware, I really enjoy the Saints Row franchise, and Saints Row the Third so far is my favorite of all of them. That being said, I have not played the first one because I believe that was only like an Xbox exclusive or some shit. I may be wrong about that, but I
I
think it
think
was
it
only an
was.
Xbox game. So I never played the first one. I did play the second one and I really enjoyed that one a lot. That was the first one that I played was number 2, and I enjoyed that one a lot. Like that was really fun. Then I played the third and that was like, it became my favorite. And then to me 4 kind of was like a step down. It was very similar to 3, but they added like a bunch of like super they made it like more they made it for a lack of a better term, they made it a lot more extra, if you know what I mean.
Hmm.
They gave you like superpowers and like
You're the
a bunch
president,
of like, yeah, you're the president.
which is weird.
And what I didn't well, something that I did not like was that they basically kept the same map from the third game, but they
Yeah,
just like
pretty much.
changed they like like I don't know, yeah, I didn't like that. But yeah, the third one is by far my favorite. I think the second one is like number 2 for me. So if I had to rank them, I'd have 3 first, then 2, then 4 because I haven't played the first one obviously. But
What's
anyway,
funny is I played the first one. I haven't played the second one, and I love the third one. I played a bit of the fourth one, but I mostly three is like the one where I played the most and really enjoyed it the
yeah,
most.
man,
Yeah,
same. That's the one that I played the most too because it's just so fun. I must have played through this game like a few times, man. Like it is so fun. I cannot wait until we can play this, man.
yeah, it's gonna be a blast.
So I want Josh and I to do like a co-stream of this because this is gonna be a fun ass game. If you've never seen this game before, uh, you should definitely get it. And I'm sure I recommend it. I'm sure Josh recommends it as well. And yeah, man, it's a good time. Uh, but this remaster is gonna be for PS4, for Windows, and Xbox One. It comes out May 22nd. It's gonna have improve. Oh, well, here's a statement from Deep Silver. Let me quote it real quick. All right. The remastered game will feature retextured environments, character models, and visual effects, enhanced graphics, and a new lighting engine. It would also include. No. Well, that was the end of the quote. I'm sorry. Let me end there. And then, uh, this remastered version will also include the game's 3 expansion packs and its sundry DLC. The game will cost $39.99. Uh, but yeah, that this game is fun, man. I was gonna say the plan that I want to do is I want Josh and I to get this so we can both go stream it because it is a hell of a time. I'm sure, like, you guys should watch it. And play it yourself if you haven't. But it's a great game.
It's so much fun.
It is literally one of the funnest games ever. I literally have such a great time playing this, or when I played it, and I can't wait to play it again because it's just one of those games, man, that I'm just like super hyped. I get super hyped about playing it because it's just so much fun, dude. So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to that. May 22nd. That's like a month away, a little over a month away.
Yeah,
Very,
boy.
very exciting. Um, moving on. The PlayStation 5's new DualSense controller has been revealed.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
already got this ready.
while
Uh,
we have not yet seen the PlayStation 5 itself, the PlayStation blog posted, or they introduced the new wireless controller for the PS5, which they are calling the DualSense. So long bye bye DualShock. DualShock had a few versions, the DualShock 4, DualShock 3, so on and so forth. That's no longer happening, or that's no longer the name. It is the new controller is the DualSense. And
She's rocking a tank top because that's
apparently,
what it looks like.
so my thoughts about this controller is that I like the look of it. I like how it looks really clean, but I don't I don't like that it's like all white and then like the bottom of it is like black. I kind of just prefer it. I would have preferred to have been all white
Hmm.
or all black, you know? That's just me personally. Like I like the little blue like bars there in the court the sides there. I think that looks cool. But I don't know. If it was like all one color, I think it would look better.
Yeah.
The thing though is that like this doesn't really matter because like they're gonna have different colors for the controllers. Like they
Yeah.
do that every time there's a controller. So I'm not too worried about it because the thing that we're mainly should be the thing we should mainly be focusing on is the controller design, and I like it. I approve. I think it looks dope. I like the controller design.
It
The,
definitely looks like a thicker than the old one, definitely for sure.
like
Or
I really like
got
the DualShock
curves.
4 design from the PS4.
Yeah.
Like that was like that. I really like that controller, and this one looks pretty great. But yeah, I mean, my least favorite thing about this one is the color, but that can be easily like solved. So yeah, I like the design of it. I like the name DualSense. It sounds pretty cool too.
Yeah.
Um and yeah, I mean, I'm excited to see what the PS5 looks like now. Now that we
Yeah.
know what the controller is.
Yeah.
Is
I
the
wonder when they're gonna
the
show that off.
yeah, is the PS5 also gonna be like half white, half black? Or like, like what are they gonna like? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see, I guess. But I'm very curious. I wonder when that's gonna when they're gonna show that off. Um but yeah, I don't know. I like the look of the controller. I don't like the colors. That's my opinion on this on the look of it at least.
Yep.
All
Uh,
right.
Pretty cool. Yeah, I'm not crazy over those colors either.
Yeah. But again,
I
that's
tend to like darker colors, just for personal.
same. I do too. But I can like lighter colors depending on what it is. It just depends. But anyway, yeah, I like the look of it. Different color scheme for me though, personally, is what
It
I
looks
would
like it'd be
prefer.
more comfortable to hold.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like I said,
I'd love to get one in my hands just to see how it feels.
to try it, yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny because I was looking at at something and they were talking about like all the different versions of the PlayStation controllers. Do you remember back in the day before um the PS3 came out and there was images of that boomerang shaped controller?
Yeah, I remember. I
Dude,
remember.
I was looking at like all the like previous PlayStation controllers and they had that thing in there and I was like, "Wow, dude. I remember that too." And it was like, could you imagine if we had a fucking boomerang PlayStation controller, dude? That'd been crazy. Holy shit. Uh
Oh Lord, just throw it and it comes back to you.
you- that'd
Oh
be
my
funny.
Lord. Yeah, I remember
Anyway.
that though. Yeah.
Yeah, it was just something funny because I was looking at because of this new controller that came out. They like every time something new in a series comes out, they're like, oh, here's the previous versions and here's the newest one, and they included the boomerang one in that one, which I thought was pretty funny. Um, yeah, but moving on, we have some Overwatch news. We mentioned before in the past in the podcast that they'd be adding a new character to the game, and we now have the release date of this character. Echo is going to be joining the game uh, on April 14th, which is this upcoming Tuesday at the time of this episode, this recording. So this Tuesday we'll be getting the new character Echo, who has been teased for a very long time. I'm curious as an Overwatch player myself. I nowadays I mainly only really play during the events. Um, and like whenever they do add new characters, I always get intrigued, just to see how they're like or whatever. So I'll
Hmm.
be probably checking it out within the next few days. Although the thing that I like is within the first few days of when they add a character, everybody wants to play the new character, which is basically what I just said that I do. But it's like, even if you just want to try the new character out for like a hot second, you got to be really quick to choose them. So it's that's just how it always is every time they add a new character. But yeah, I'll be curious to see who to check them out. I know you don't play Overwatch as much, but you do have the game, so
I do.
yeah,
I like to play it every once in a while. When we're all together
yeah,
and having, not much to do, which is kind of what's going on right now. We'll all hop in there and play some.
yeah. It's always better to play it with friends for sure. But yeah, they're adding the new. Oh, Echo swoops into Overwatch April 14th, so that is in a few days, Tuesday, like I said. Very
I
very
thought that
interesting.
character was gonna be a support. Actually, what is she? I don't actually know. What is Echo?
What is Echo? That is a good question because I am not sure myself. Let me look it up real quick because
Because I thought she was supposed to be a support, but she's not. I don't know what she is.
yeah, I honestly don't know because you'd think that she would be a support, right? But I guess that's just like I don't know. That's a
It's a
damage based character.
damage bait.
So yeah, she's gonna be a damage. Okay.
Oh, look, here's her abilities.
DPS. So she's gonna have a tri shot. Echo fires 3 shots at once in a triangle pattern. Sticky bombs. Echo fires a volley of sticky bombs that detonates after a delay. Flight. Echo surges forward quickly, then can fly freely. Focusing beam. Echo channels a beam for a few seconds, dealing very high damage to targets with less than half health. Glide. Echo can glide while falling. And duplicate. Echo duplicates a targeted enemy hero and gains use of their abilities. That seems interesting.
Neat.
Yeah, that seems pretty cool. Yeah. So an overview is yep, she's I just read all her abilities, but her role is damage. Echo is an evolutionary robot programmed with a rapidly adapting artificial intelligence, versatile enough to fill multiple battlefield combat roles. The difficulty rating they give her is 2 stars out of 3. And a little bit of story information is that her real name, Echo, age classified, occupation, multi-role adaptive robot, base of operations, Switzerland formerly, affiliation, Overwatch. And her little quote there is "It's good to be back." So there's a bunch of origins that I'm not gonna read up here, but if you're curious about that, you can check on the Play Overwatch website where they have her origins and uh, there's a little reunion here, and then they have some little bit of information on Overwatch 2 as well for her. Uh, but yeah, this upcoming week on Tuesday, she will be in the game. Uh, but yeah, I'm just looking at her abilities and stuff. I'm like, well, I want to try this character out because, yeah, I mean, honestly, I didn't know what role she was gonna be. I assumed she would be like a support or something, but apparently not. So that's
She
pretty.
just kind of has the look of it, I guess. She looks like
Yeah,
somebody
I
that would
guess
like
so, right?
use shields and such, and like a
Yeah,
support is kind of how I thought she'd be. But
she
wow,
kind of reminds me of like a Mercy with like a I don't know, like something else, like a few different characters combined into one that I thought she would be like another support. But that's actually kind of cool, that they're
yeah,
like,
that
yo, she's
duplicate thing looks kind of neat.
yeah, and we watched the origin story and the the developer video about her like a few weeks back or however long ago it was when she was announced. So that was pretty cool. But yeah, that's it's interesting. I'm very curious about this character now, you know. Not that I wasn't before, but like looking at the abilities, I'm like, well, it's gonna be hard to play her when she first, on Tuesday or whenever.
Yeah, neat that she can kind of fly. That'd be
Yeah, that's pretty useful. Uh I have one last piece of gaming news here for us,
okay.
and that is so there's all these free games out all the time. Um and Epic Game Store is one of the like places that gives away a bunch of games. And we have next week's games that are being given away right now. Well, actually, let me rephrase that. If you the current games that are being given away right now are Close to the Sun and Sherlock Holmes Crimes and Punishments. But they've also it's been revealed what next week's games are going to be. And next week's are going to be Just Cause 4 and Wheels of Aurelia. Now, I will be picking up Just Cause 4 because I'm a fan of the Just Cause series. Not hugely. I'm not like I'm not like a super fan. Like I've played the games though. Like I beat 3 and I played 2 and I 4 just came out like last year, didn't it? At least I thought so.
I think so. Let's second. Just
So it's kind of interesting that it's like
4.
here's a fucking game that's free already. But I kind of it makes me wonder honestly, like how long do they determine uh like the game comes out and how long do they wait until they're like, yo, we can make this game free, you know?
It came out December 3rd, 2018. So like right at the end of
Oh,
2018. So
okay, damn. So it's been out for more
technically,
than a year now.
yeah, a little over a year.
Okay, I thought
Not
it came out
super
like
long.
yeah, it's a little over a year, but I thought
Time goes faster than we think.
it does because
Sometimes
I thought that game had been out for less time than it
it does
is.
feel. I know I feel the same because I like immediately when you said that I was like, yeah, it was last year. I'm sure. Yeah, sounds right.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I mean, because yeah, I was because it made me wonder. Like I was just saying, like, how long do they wait? Like a game comes out, right? And then
Mm-hmm.
they're like, how long do they wait until they're like, all right, we can make this free on what Epic or Steam or whatever. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like how long do they like? I don't. I'm wondering. It makes me wonder about that process.
Yeah. Yeah.
Obviously, it depends and varies per game. Like you're never gonna see Skyrim or like GTA 5 or anything like that for free, right? But like, it's just it's curious. It's very interesting. But like I said, I'll be picking up Just Cause 4 because I like the Just Cause games. They're
Just Cause is a good game just to like kind of hop in, blow some shit up, have a good
yeah,
time
they're
with it.
fun. They're fun, mindless. Blow shit upums. That's what it is. It's just a fun, good time. Um, but yeah, that's pretty much what I got. What you got, man?
I have just a couple of quick tidbits here. Cyberpunk 2077's DLC will be revealed before the game is officially released, and that it will
Mm.
be no less than what The Witcher 3 had. CD Projekt suggests that. Um, and let me just scroll on down here. We already knew this, but there's gonna be no official like E3 online event. We knew
Hmm.
that pretty much. No big. This is E3. No, that's gonna happen. All those companies are gonna do their own thing in their own time.
Yeah, that
Um,
makes sense.
there's the Saints Row remaster that we talked about already.
Yeah, I mean, I
Um,
can't wait for that, dude. That's gonna be fun, man.
there's a port coming for the Switch for Disco Elysium. I
I heard about that. Yeah,
that's in development. So if you have Disco Elysium, I have it on Steam. Uh, and you're looking at it to get it on Switch.
that is a
The
game
Switch.
that one of our friends, Maggie, told me that I would like. So maybe I'll have to try it out eventually.
I think it's very dialogue heavy. I just haven't had time to play it.
Yeah, no, I get you.
Warhorse Studio appears to have begun work on mocap animation for Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. So that's probably coming.
Oh boy.
I know Daniel's to be a release day for him game. Like immediately. The moment it's out, he's gonna do a midnight. No, I'm kidding. I'm making shit up now. That's all I have. Like, there's literally like nothing. uh, so you want to move on to what do we usually do next? I do have one piece of TV news.
A TV is next. I personally don't have any just because it's been like a stale ass week in terms of like TV news in particular. I don't know why. I mean, while I'm I'm not gonna say I don't know why, but like it's just it's a little strange. That's like the first time since that we've done this show, I have like zero TV
Yeah,
news.
I know, it's weird.
It's weird, but it's understandable. Like there's just not there's not a whole lot of news out there.
Yeah, yeah, guys. Might be a little bit shorter episode, but that's the way it be. Um,
Yeah,
so
that's how it is sometimes.
the one piece of news that I have is that the XFL, which attempted to have a season this year or this past year, this year, um,
Hmm.
they suspended operations, and I mean I think that they've pretty much said that that's pretty much done. This is the second
Yeah,
time they've tried this. They've kind of laid everybody off, and that is officially it's probably not going to get another season, and it's probably over. Which is kind of a bummer. I'm sad that they didn't get a full run at it like they were trying to. It had some interesting changes into it. We don't talk about sports a whole lot on the podcast, at least not
but
yet.
yeah,
But
not yet. But like Josh and I have both said that we would definitely probably will be doing more of that in the future. So
yeah,
for
just
sure.
because Daniel likes some sports I don't really know about, and I like some sports that Daniel follows, but I don't know if how closely he
Yeah,
does.
that Josh probably knows a little bit more than me, but yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah. So we'll definitely be talking a little bit more about that in the future, for sure.
yeah. XFL is probably not going to get another go around. They had a lot of cool rule changes that I dug. I watched it a little bit. It made for some crazy shit happening, which was entertaining. But I think they had
Yeah,
a lot of ratings were dropping and stuff like that. So if Vince McMahon fails again, um, with
yeah.
his attempt at taking on football, although I'm not sure how much of it is actually his fault with everything that's going on, but
Now we're just gonna have to wait until he tries again.
the third time,
Yeah,
the
right.
son of a bitch is gonna live forever, and he's
Third
gonna make this
third
happen.
time's a charm.
That's good,
Yeah,
such good shit, as he says. Um,
it's got to get John Cena in there, man.
uh, did Vince
Yeah,
fail? He failed the first time and he failed the second time, and this is a big push, and he's lost a bunch of money in it. Loki, he failed.
failure.
That's what I call a failure. Moving on. What movie news do you have for us, Daniel?
Movie news. Let's go with it. I have Disney's Bob Iger says a few more movies might be going directly to Disney Plus following Artemis Fowl. Uh, so Bob Iger told Barron's that there may be a few movies after Artemis Fowl that jump directly onto Disney Plus as the coronavirus epidemic keeps movie theaters shuttered. This is what he said in a quote. In terms of movies going after Artemis, there may be a few more that we end up putting directly onto Disney Plus, but for the most part, a lot of the big tentpole Disney films will simply wait for slots. In some cases, we've announced new ones already, but later on in the calendar, Iger said in an interview with the publication. So Artemis Fowl was supposed to be released in theaters, uh, but obviously not anymore. They're just putting it directly onto Disney Plus. And while Iger didn't necessarily name what could follow to just go directly onto Disney Plus, it's been rumored that like New Mutants could go directly from being in theaters, and maybe they're just gonna put it on Hulu or something, like things like that. It's they've already delayed Black Widow and Mulan, and uh several things have already moved on to Disney Plus faster than they would have, like Frozen 2 and then Onward. Like literally Onward like came out like
Mm-hmm.
last month and they put it on like right away.
I'm genuinely curious to how this is all going to change once this is over. Are they still gonna? Are they? I mean, I'm sure theaters will still be a thing because people like going and getting popcorn and going in and watch it on a big ass screen.
Yeah.
But I wonder how quickly, if at all, it's going to change. If how quickly they're going to put it on streaming services. Which the
Yeah, I
movies
don't know.
already come
That's
out pretty quick sometimes, but this has proven that they can do it much faster.
absolutely. It's going to be very very curious to see how this affects yeah, like movie theaters and all that stuff going forward, because yeah, like it's exactly like what you said. I mean, movies are already out like within 3 months of the theater normally. And now like what they did with Onward, it's like the movie was out last month and then it's on fucking Disney Plus already. So it's like, damn, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Um, be very curious. I think I mean, honestly, there probably is going to be some changes going forward. We'll see what, but I mean, I also don't see movie theaters going out completely because, yeah, I mean, I think there's very few things that can top a movie going experience of watching it in a theater with a bunch of people that are just as hype as you are. Like
Mm-hmm.
that is like the best, dude. Like there's very
Yeah, it
little
is.
that can beat that feeling and that like experience, you know. So yeah, I mean I yeah. It my thinking is it'll probably take a little bit for people to want to go back out to theaters. Like even when we get told like, oh, everything's fine, you can go back outside now and all that good stuff, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I think I have a feeling some people are gonna be a little bit more apprehensive to like be quick to go back into large groups of people. Which, you know, there's obviously gonna be some people that are gonna be super quick to be like, I've been home for how long and who knows how long. I'm ready to go pick the fuck outside, you know. There's gonna be some people like that.
Yeah.
But there's also gonna be, I feel like others who are gonna be like, even though it's safe to go, they're gonna be like, I'm gonna stay a little bit extra just in case, you know.
Yeah. Just be safe. Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, exactly.
and
So
I understand both sides of the argument too, because there's some people that are just like going crazy right now. With being
yeah.
forced to stay inside. I'm used to being inside. I have trained for this moment my entire life, and I am
He's like,
thriving right now.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. I've been training for this all my life.
All
I have
my
to
life.
stay home all the time.
No,
Damn it.
I really am a homebody. I mean, I like going out and doing stuff, but being at home is kind of like and hanging out with my friends and playing games and talking. That's kind of like my deal. Um, a main thing that gets that's fun. But yeah, sometimes it is good just to go out there and I could see the world, taking a fresh breath of
For
air
sure, man. Exactly.
and have some
I
fun
agree.
outside. Which you can still kind of if you're in a place where you can, go out have a little hike or something. If that's one.
I agree, man. I agree. Um, yeah. I mean, I agree with everything you just said. It is good to go out into the world and get some sunlight and fresh air and all that good stuff. But yeah, it'll be curious to see how this affects movies and theaters and all that stuff going forward. You know, once we're past all this crazy shit. Anyway, moving on to something else. Uh Robin Hood, the Disney film with with the fox and all that stuff, is getting a remake. So Disney's gonna remake Robin Hood. They're in early development of the 1973 animated musical comedy Robin Hood. Blind Spotting director Carlos Lopez Estrada is on board to helm the movie. Cary Granlund, who wrote the script for 2019's Disney Plus reboot of Lady and the Tramp, is attached to pen the new Robin Hood. Justin Springer, whose Disney credits include Dumbo and Tron Legacy, is producing the pick. The new version is being developed with the animals in a CGI live action hybrid format,
Huh.
similar to the Disney remakes of The Jungle Book and Dumbo. Uh, the 1973 Robin Hood, produced and directed by Wolfgang Reitherman, was centered on a classic story of Robin Hood, Little John, Friar Tuck, Maid Marian, and the Sheriff of Nottingham. Hood, portrayed as a fox, led the fight against Prince John's excessive taxation. Little John was depicted as a bear, Friar Tuck was a badger, Prince John as a lion, the Sheriff of Nottingham as a wolf, and the Maid Marian as a vixen. Um, so yeah, I I have not seen. Actually, no, I have seen Jungle Book and Dumbo. The one I haven't seen yet is Lion King. So that that one. Uh, yeah, we'll see.
I've seen
I
Dumbo yet.
Dumbo was all right. I think people the consensus was that people didn't really like that one as much as the other ones. I thought it was fine. Jungle Book I liked, but I like the animated one too, though. You know,
Hmm.
and I don't know. It'll be curious. I know a lot of people really love the old school Robin Hood, the animated one.
I haven't seen it in a very very long time.
I haven't either, to be honest, but I know there's a lot of people, particularly of the women variety, that are a big fan of Robin Hood. Uh, so yeah, I don't know. Maybe maybe I'll have to revisit this one before the this new remake comes out at some point.
I will wait with bated breath for my Atlantis: The Lost Empire live action.
Waiting on Atlantis, waiting on Treasure Planet.
Anytime
Where they
now.
at, bro?
Daniel and
Right?
I are on the same boat. Treasure Planet's good. I would love
Treasure
that.
Planet. Where's Treasure Planet? Where's Atlantis?
Hit me Black
Where's
Sails, but in space.
Oh, dude. Yes. Yes.
That'd be
Yes.
dope. I'd watch the shit
That would
out of
be
it.
incredible, dude. That would be incredible.
But yeah.
Also, while you're listening, Disney, give me a new Tron movie. Give me Tron 3. Give me a new Rocketeer.
Oh, a new
Appreciate it.
Rocketeer would be dope. Look here.
Thank you. Thank you.
For those of you
Anyway,
that watch the Clockwork Cantina know that when Daniel and I put shit out into the universe, it happens. So let it be known we're putting this shit out in the universe.
Disney, give me a Tron 3, which is a sequel to Tron Legacy, and give me a new Rocketeer. And please give me the Obi-Wan Kenobi show that you guys are fucking up. I'm kidding. I like it, Disney.
You
but
had them up to that point. And they were like, cancel it, pull
I
him
know,
out of
I
here
know, I
now.
know,
I
I
want him off
know,
the air.
I know, I know. It's like I just don't understand why they can't get that right, man. But I want to have faith. But anyway, let me not get into that. But yeah, I want to see a new Rocketeer. I want to see a new Tron Legacy or a sequel to Tron Legacy.
I'm kind of surprised they haven't done a new Rocketeer, to be honest.
Yeah, honestly, right? I feel like with what they could do now, it'd be incredible. Dude.
Hmm?
It'd be incredible.
He's dope. He looks dope. He's a
He
dope
does.
ass hero.
He's one of my favorite like character designs. Like just the look of him. Like if you guys have never seen like The Rocketeer, if you have Disney Plus, watch it. It is a fantastic fucking movie. It's got um Timothy Dalton as the villain. It's got Billy Campbell as the Rocketeer. It's got Jennifer Connelly as the main lady. It is a fun movie. It's a good movie. And just the character design alone, the cool ass jacket, the cool ass helmet, just the everything, the gear with the Mauser. It's like fuck yeah, dude. Give me fucking a new Rocketeer, man.
It's such a good design. The poster looks dope for it.
Seriously, the poster is like iconic, dude. I fucking yeah, I am a yeah, I love the Rocketeer, man. I love the Rocketeer. I like how we went from talking about Robin Hood to new Disney movies we'd like to see. Shit. Shit, we should talk. We should just do that at some point.
I was sitting here thinking, we should talk about like old movies they should remake. So we should have an episode on that stuff.
Keep that in mind. We'll have to do that for sure. But yeah. Let's see. I think we're done with that topic, unless you want to add anything else onto that.
I don't have anything.
All right. The only other thing that I have left is that the Hellraiser reboot has found its writing directing team. Now, for those of you who are wondering, Hellraiser, yes, I'm talking about Pinhead, Hellraiser, the horror movie. The filmmaking team behind Sundance Film Festival sensation The Night House are returning to tackle Spyglass Media's reimagining of the 1980s classic Hellraiser. David Bruckner, who directed Night House, as well as sections of horror anthologies VHS and Southbound, will helm the feature, which have a screenplay by Ben Collins and Luke Piotrowski. Piotrowski. So hopefully I said that right. I probably didn't, but I tried. David Goyer, one of the producers of Night House, is writing the story and producing via his Phantom 4 banner alongside Keith Levine. Hellraiser was written and directed by Clive Barker, adapting his own novella, The Hellbound Heart. The 1987 movie introduced audiences to a puzzle box that opens a gateway to a horrific world and Cenobites mutilated, being dedicated to torture and led by one nicknamed Pinhead. The movie quickly achieved cult status, spawning a franchise that would encompass 10 movies, comics, and merchandise, with Pinhead and his visage all at the center of it all. So the rebooting Hellraiser. I'll be honest. I don't think I've ever seen the original Hellraiser. Uh,
I have once a long time ago. I'm not a big Hellraiser fan.
I have never seen it, to be honest. So that's why I don't like. When I would watch horror movies, way like sooner than I should have. I was watching like Nightmare on Elm Street. Uh, I'm trying to think of what else. If you count Alien, I would watch Alien, Terminator. The first one I think is classified as like a horror movie. I think, my
Oh
opinion.
yeah, it definitely is.
So I used to watch stuff like that, like Terminator, Alien, Nightmare on Elm Street, Halloween. Those are the kind of ones that I saw. I never really saw Hellraiser. So
My thing with Hellraiser is that it usually just made me more uncomfortable than the others.
uh-huh. Like yeah, I'm not too familiar with it. I just the only thing that I do know about it is that yeah, the pinhead character or whatever, like
Yeah.
that's basically all I know about it. Like I'm not too familiar with what it even is. So I mean, I will probably give this new movie a chance just based off of like if it looks good. If it doesn't, then it's like whatever. But I think I have a little bit more faith in horror movies recently again because they've been getting better.
Hmm.
I always mention this all the time, but there was a period of time within like the past, like I don't know, there was a time like in the 2000s and the 2010s that like they were just shitty horror movies, dude. I just could care less, dude. I just wouldn't watch shit because they were all trash, or they look trash to me. I haven't seen them, but they look like
Come on,
garbage to me.
don't you want to watch fucking House of Wax with fucking Paris Hilton, or whatever
I've
the
seen
fuck?
that one. I've seen that one.
Of course.
Well, that was like one of the like,
That's 2005.
yeah, that
Uh,
that yeah, I saw that one. But anyway, the point is, the past few years there's been good stuff coming out. Like honestly, I still need to watch It Chapter 2. I haven't seen that one yet, but I like the first It that came out like in 2016 or whatever the hell that was. That one was good. I like the new Halloween movie, the newer one. Uh, I liked what else? There's a few other ones that are pretty decent. That within the past several years that I thought were pretty good. So I kind of I'm like horror movies are back on board with them. So why not?
have you ever seen, since we're talking about horror movies for a minute,
Mhm.
have you ever seen Village of the Damned from like 1960? They had a
Village of the
remake later.
Damned.
Yeah.
I don't believe.
So this movie, I feel like they had a remake in '95. I feel like they could remake it again and it'd be great. Um. So what happens is there's this village
What
and everybody
is
falls
Children of the
asleep.
Corn bullshit or
Yes,
what?
kind of, except it's pre-Children of the Corn. Um. What happens is like it sets up with like there's this village and all these people. Something happens and all these people fall asleep and they wake up and like the women are pregnant and there's like so many of them are pregnant and like there's accusations of infidelity and stuff like that until it becomes apparent that the pregnancies are faster than they should be. I think they're like
Hmm.
at 6 months they're at like 9 months and they give birth to all these kids that look very similar. And I think this happens in two other places in the world. Um,
Mm.
and it's a pretty interesting story. And the kids have special powers, and their eyes glow, and they all have this platinum blonde hair, and they look fucking weird and creepy looking. Um, I feel like that movie is rife for a remake. You should check that out. Even though it's old as shit, like 1960, they have a '95 remake that's also pretty good.
Yeah, I haven't
Um,
seen any of these. Village of the Damned.
yeah,
There's a 1961 and a 1995 one apparently.
yep, that was the
Yo, the
remake.
1995 one is directed by John Carpenter and it has Christopher Reeve in it. What the hell?
Yep.
Fucking Superman is in the last one. What the hell?
Yeah, you should check it out. This was right before his accident, I think.
Damn, dude. What the hell?
It's also got Kirstie Alley in it, which is
Kirstie Alley. Yeah,
yeah.
she's in there.
But yeah, it might be when when the Halloween
Holy shit,
time
Mark
comes around.
Hamill's in it too. What?
That's right. I forgot about that.
What?
Yeah, he plays the Reverend George. I forgot he's in
What?
this.
I
I
gotta watch
forgot.
this movie.
I forgot. Yeah, you should watch it. It's good. It's good. It's creepy.
Yeah, I've never seen this.
Uh, I watched it the other day. We have a channel here that's like called Me TV, and it has Spin Ghoulie on it, where they play old ass fucking scare like horror movies from like the '60s and like like The Creature of the Black Lagoon wouldn't be out of place on this show, for example, which I know you like.
Gotcha. Oh yeah, Creature of the Black Lagoon is good stuff.
But yeah, they have stuff like that, and they had Village of the Damned on, and I think this was like a couple of weeks ago, and I totally forgot about it till just this moment when we were talking about it. It's like Village of the Damned. That's a pretty good movie. You should check it out. Um, did you say that was the last of the news you had?
That was the last piece of news that I had. Yeah.
Do you want to talk about Twitch watch parties for a minute? Because they did do some announcements for that.
Yeah, let's do it.
So I got a couple articles here. This is from AV Club website, and I also have a article from The Verge. Amazon to let Twitch streamers hold watch parties of Prime content, which is something we kind of knew about, but I think they're expanding it a little bit now, maybe into a more open beta, I believe is the words. Watching someone play video games while they make insane, stupid, or insightful comments has become a big industry, as has illegally streaming pirated content under the guise of playing video games. So Amazon has decided to combine the two activities with a new program called Watch Parties, where top-level streamers on Twitch... Wait, how old is this article? Oh, it's still new. Actually, because I know we talked about Watch Parties before. Can watch Amazon-specific content along with their subscribers, complete with a thumbnail picture-in-picture in the corner of the screen, showing the streamer as they react to whatever's happening on the movie or show. Could it be the worst way to watch a movie? Not at all. Not when looking over someone else's shoulder on a plane exists. I just gotta be close. Variety explains this is a way for Amazon to push its library of Prime videos, though everyone involved in a watch party will need to have a Prime subscription, whether they're the host or a watcher. It makes sense in a synergistic way, since it will get Twitch users to watch Prime stuff and Prime users to pay attention to Twitch subscribers. But Amazon is really just advertising its content to people who already paid for it. It's a little weird. Variety also compares this co-viewing experience to Mystery Science Theater 3000, which is also weird since it implies that Twitch streamers will be cracking jokes as they watch Tom Clancy's Jack Ryan or A Simple Favor. I think this is cool, by the way. I like the idea of watch parties.
Oh, it is for sure. I think it's an awesome idea.
I have another article from The Verge, which says Twitch announced today that it's bringing its beta version of watch parties, which allows streamers to broadcast Prime content to all of its partners, and then all American creators. So not just partners. This will be coming to all American creators. That means every streamer in the U.S. on Twitch will be able to watch Prime content with their viewers, regardless of whether they're a Twitch partner. The company plans to bring watch parties worldwide eventually, with more news coming in the next few months. While the selection available in watch parties is highly curated, you can watch things like Jack Ryan. Highly recommend Jack Ryan. At least the first season. It's really good. Watched it. And Star Trek, among many others. The feature is genuinely useful as a solution to the now global problem of figuring out how to watch something with other people without running afoul of copyright claims. Subs and bits are enabled during watch parties, so viewers can chat, drop donations, and subscribe, just as they would during a normal stream.
That's pretty cool.
So that's pretty interesting,
That's
and
awesome.
I look forward to watching shows with everyone, possibly on stream. How about you, Daniel? Is there anything on Prime that you would want to watch with your friends or your
I really like The Boys, which is an Amazon Prime show. That is really good. There's another Amazon Prime show that I really like called The Marvelous. I'm not sure how many people would be interested in that, but I really like it, and you guys should check it out because it's awesome. And oh yeah, the Lord of the Rings show eventually when that comes out, that's gonna be legit, dude. That's gonna be awesome because that is an Amazon show. I have
Yeah,
not seen The Expanse, so maybe like doing like a live reaction to The Expanse would be kind of cool. Maybe
yeah.
I need to like I need off the top of my head. I'm not like remembering which shows are on Amazon right now.
I'm trying to
You know,
think. I don't know if they all have to be like just Prime's their original shows, or if it could just be anything. Well, they have Star Trek on
anything
there,
on
so
Prime?
that obviously they don't own. I mean, they have Star
Yeah,
Trek,
yeah,
but they
yeah.
haven't made like they haven't make it.
But we'll just watch the good seasons of Game of Thrones.
So what got me was like, a Band of Brothers watch along would be pretty dope. I love
That
Band
would
of
be
Brothers.
fucking. I love Band of Brothers, dude. Band of
Uh-huh.
Brothers is like the greatest miniseries of all time, dude.
If that's something they put on there. I know they just had. I think it's out. Is the Tales from the Loop show out yet? I think it is. At least that first episode is. So if anybody was interested in that, you could group watch that. Um, you already said The Boys. I love The Boys.
Boys, I love the boys. Oh, I would want to watch True Detective because I haven't seen that. That seems pretty cool. True
Uh,
Detective, Penny Dreadful's another good one if you haven't seen that.
I'm literally looking at Amazon Video right now just to see what's on here. Um,
Mi- Mr. Robot, I haven't seen either. That would be fun, I think. I like the early That 70s Show. That would be kind of cool.
The Man in the High Castle would probably be
All right, yeah, I
pretty
haven't
cool.
seen the last season of that.
The Pacific. I said Band of Brothers already,
Pacific is good stuff. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but I have no idea what all will be
Uh,
on there. I don't even know what's on there right now. Actually, I think it's pretty limited. But if they were gonna add stuff on there,
there's a few things they could add on there for sure. Fucking, I haven't seen Deadwood. That'd be cool.
Dead would be cool.
Yeah, get your Western on. You know what I'm saying? I hear Warrior is pretty decent. I haven't seen that either though. Uh,
Rome. Rome's on Prime. That's pretty dope.
Rome. Oh yeah, that's another one.
If you
That
haven't
would be
seen
cool.
Rome, go watch Rome. It's good. Thank Game of Thrones before Game of Thrones came along, and you will have Rome.
I haven't seen his Dark Materials yet. Um, yeah,
But yeah,
no,
that's pretty cool.
there's a bunch of shows that you could think of that'd be like, oh, we could watch that or whatever.
Yeah, see what they're
Carnival Row, yeah, another one that I haven't seen yet. Carnival Row, I've been meaning, dude. Honestly, there's so many TV shows that I need to watch, but I just haven't because the Rona has got me playing more games than ever before.
Yeah, it's true. Um, as for
But there's a lot of stuff I need to catch up on
if it's
for
just their
sure.
own content or what's on Prime, I have no idea. I have no idea what's on it now. I don't think they even know 100% sure what's all going to be on there yet. At least from what I'm reading in the article, it's very limited at the moment and carefully curated. So who knows? We'll see. We're just talking about things we would like to see on it eventually.
Oh, I have a list for you here. Look,
Oh, here we go. Oh, here's what we got. Let's look at this, shall we? Well, they got Bone Tomahawk on there, and that movie's brutal. So
I see Carnival Row right there. Look at that,
there's
Carnival
there's
Row. Captain
Baywatch.
America: The First Avenger. I really love that movie.
Let's watch Baywatch together, gang.
Baywatch, is that the show from back in the day?
Yes.
Because the movie I heard was a stinker.
Yeah, it says TV show, so I assume they're talking about the.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Oh shit, Jackass 3, dude.
Oh goodness. Now, when they said carefully curated, I thought they mean like we're not gonna go blood heavy or nudity heavy on these
Nope,
first.
there's some rated
And,
R on this
then
shit.
the first thing I see is Bone Tomahawk, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Marvel's The Avengers. Oh, dude, watching The Avengers would be fuck yeah. I love The Avengers, man.
Mission Impossible? That's pretty big.
Mr. Robot, Mission Impossible Fallout. Yeah, I really like Fallout. It's a good movie, man.
Let's watch Sex in the City together.
SpongeBob SquarePants. There you go.
Yeah, I relive some childhood.
Star Trek. They got like all the Star Trek shows on here. Well, not all of them,
Stargate.
but most of them.
Stargate's on there.
The Boys. Yes, yes.
Oh, The Amazing Race. Let's not watch that at all because it sucks.
The Expanse. Man in a High Castle.
Jack Ryan.
Um,
I like Jack Ryan. Oh, Unsolved Mysteries. Vinland Saga.
Vikings,
Yeah.
and then the show I was telling you guys about, Marvel's Mrs. Maisel, which is so good.
That's cool.
So there's a pretty pretty small list right now, but they're just putting it up. They're just getting it up there, you
But
know.
there's a decent amount of shows that I've heard are good
Yeah,
on
for
there.
sure. There
And
there is
movies
some good
too.
stuff on this list so far.
Yeah.
I would love to watch like an event, like one of these Marvel movies on stream, dude. I think that would be a blast.
That would definitely be.
Just watching fucking like the first Avenger or like the Avengers, the first Avenger. Dude, I feel like the first Avengers movie has gotten a little underrated because people like I don't know. I feel like people don't give it the credit that is due nowadays, man. Because when it first came out, that movie was bonkers, man. Like I remember 2012 first Avengers movie. Fucking lost my mind over that movie, dude. And it is still one of my favorites. Like I remember when we did our MCU list, it was like my number one. Uh, I just really like that movie a lot. I don't know.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, I feel like watching something like that would be amazing, dude. I do feel like maybe watching movies is probably easier to do than watching a show. Because a show there's like at least 8 episodes or whatever that you got to get through. And then a movie is just like you do like 2 hours to 2 hours and a half and you're done with it, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how this goes. I'm very curious about this though. Very, very curious.
I've seen other
Uh,
streamers that were like, man, I wish we could just like pay a fee and watch a movie together and like not to sell tickets kind of, but not like from their stream, but for people to come in and watch the movie with them.
yeah,
And
I
like
don't know. It's
that'd be kind of cool. It's
it would
this
be
is this is a
it's
step
an
there.
idea that's a work in progress that I'll be
Definitely.
curious to see how they what they do with it.
Uh
Yeah. But yeah, man. That's very, very interesting stuff. We'll see where it heads, in the future. I wanna like see somebody else try it out first, and then like I want to see how it is from like a viewer standpoint, and
yeah.
then like that's kind of what I want to check out, and then we'll see from there. But yeah, it's definitely a very, very interesting thing, an idea that it's pretty ambitious what they're working on and what they're wanting to do. So it's exciting though. I'm excited for it. If it can work the way that I think it can, then it'll be big, dude. It'll be fun. So yeah. Do
All
we
right.
Yeah, do we have anything
I
else?
believe that is the last thing I have. I did want to bring up the watch parties, and that has been brought up, and I have nothing else.
Cool, cool, cool. The other thing that I wanted to mention is that Final Fantasy 7 remake just came out.
Yeah.
Looks good, looks fantastic. I want to play that eventually at some point, but it looks awesome, man. Hope those of you who are playing it now are having fun with it because it certainly seems like a blast. But if
Hell
that's all, we can move on
yeah.
to our main topic.
All right, guys, we're gonna move into our main topic now, which is let me update the text. Hang on, it'll take me a minute. Modding.
Modding madness.
Uh,
Welcome
Madhouse.
everyone to the modding section, the main topic here.
Hey, let me.
So, as I was saying at the top of the show, uh, Josh and I both have plenty of experience with modding games.
Oh, so much, so much.
So much. There's so many games that I've modded. There's like some that come to mind like right away, which we'll get into. But like, where do you want to start with this? Because we can just talk about stuff briefly. We can get into some stuff a little bit more. How do you want to approach this?
I actually don't know, because some mods I haven't played in so long, but I remember them. Like things
Mm-hmm.
like the Darth mod for Total War, for example, which is just like adds so much to the Total War video games. Like new characters, new music, and just new campaigns. Things like that, I'd probably just but things I have a lot of experience in, I'd probably deep dive on a bit. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so I guess I could start us off here.
Sure, go for it.
One of the first big mods for me. Well, I say one of the first ones I'm going to talk about rather. Um, is the Game of Thrones mod for Crusader Kings 2.
Right, that's a big one. Yeah.
That's a big one. And it's a lot of fun to. I don't know how many of you have played Crusader Kings 2. I know it can be a little hard to get into. I personally have played it only a little bit and still have a hard time with it sometimes. And Crusader Kings 3 is coming, and it's supposed to be easier to get into. But we're talking about the Game of Thrones mod for Crusader Kings. So Crusader Kings is insane. You get married, you raise armies, you get traits. So there's little RPG like events that happen. And then there's the Game of Thrones mod for it, which transformed the entire game into Game of Thrones. The first thing about this mod that I know is that you can pick different time periods. So you can do things like, what is it? What's it called? The 10, is there a 10? Princess 10 something? Thrones? Let me look at Game of Thrones timeline. Let's do that instead.
All right.
Because I know it hops into several different points of the show, and of the books rather, because it's not based on the show; it's based on the books.
Yeah.
The 9 Penny Kings deal, I think is what it's called, right?
The 10 pennies. I'm kidding.
No, that's what got me confused. I was thinking of the 10 pennies from
yeah,
from fucking D&D.
Yeah.
It was fucking with me. But I know they had like I think the 9 Penny Kings was a thing. You can pick a time during the long night, I believe. You can pick the time period during Aegon's conquest. I know that's one of the time periods. Robert's Rebellion, you can pick that time period if you want, when all that is going on.
Yeah.
And you can play, I think, just about anybody you want. When I played it, I picked the Dane, House Dane, down in the Dornlands, because I always liked the story of House Dane and their sword. Yeah. It's really cool. I like it, and you can get your own dragons. You can hunt down Valyrian steel swords. You can get the Sword of the Morning. You can gain that title if you're a member of House Dane, and you can get that sword. You can fight duels. You can fight wars. You can try to become the king. It's fucking insane. It's fucking insane how much this mod goes into. But let me look up the actual mod here, and I will get you the deets, the straight up deets from the actual mod. How about that?
Yeah, go for it.
Kings 2. Over on the old mod DB. What is this mod about? A Game of Thrones mod is the full conversion mod for Paradox Interactive's Crusader Kings 2. It's set in the world of George R.R. Martin's of Song of Ice and Fire fantasy saga, where lords, great and small, vie for control of the lands of ice and fire, from Westeros and the Seven Kingdoms in the west to Qarth in the east. The mod takes its name from the first book, as well as the game of plots, politics, and ambitious and hopeful are said to be playing in their struggle for supremacy. Current players are able to choose to play from any start date in the 300 years before Aegon's conquest to the beginning of the fourth book, A Feast for Crows. What makes this mod different from Crusader Kings 2? Aside the obvious, which is an interactive rendition of a fictional low fantasy medieval setting, A Song of Ice and Fire, you'll notice a host of changes that build off the framework of the original game. In Crusader Kings 2, players battle against the other rulers for control of various independent realms and kingdoms. In A Game of Thrones, while the potential exists for the realm to fragment into multiple kingdoms, in practice it very rarely happens. Players instead fight to control just one throne, the Iron Throne. Additionally, the events from Crusader Kings 2 have been adapted to fit within the lore and flavor of A Song of Ice and Fire. Some notable new features to mention: there's a new dueling engine so that leaders may fight each other in personal combat, on or off the battlefield. An all-new method for personal interaction between characters. Pets that sometimes greatly aid the characters in battle. Dragons. And a host of less significant, but no less important features that together help create a solid and serious effort at bringing Westeros to life for gamers. The mod also utilizes features from various other mods listed in the details below. While Crusader Kings 2 and a Game of Thrones mod contain role-playing elements, this mod is not a full narrative recreation of the books. Just like Crusader Kings 2 and other grand strategies, the mod is dynamic, allowing players the freedom to explore the what-if scenarios of what if Robb captured King's Landing, what if Stannis and Renly joined forces against Joffrey, what if Rhaegar Targaryen had killed Robert on the Trident instead of the other way around. All these things can and may happen in the mod, with or without player's choice. No game will ever be the same, whether you win or you die. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. I played hours of it, and I am a fairly Crusader Kings 2 noob. They actually give away the Crusader Kings 2 game fairly often.
It's free to play now, isn't it?
Is it? I have no clue.
I thought it was.
It may be. I don't know off the top of my head. I'll
So
look
I mean,
really quick.
if it is, you can pick it up, put the mod on it,
It
good to
is
go,
free to
right?
play. I had no idea about it. Because
There
they
you
have 3
go.
coming.
Everyone can play this now.
Go check it out. The more of the expansion packs you have, the more it builds on the mod. I know that, though, too, because I remember thinking, man, I wish I had this particular expansion pack so I had this particular feature. Since it's free to play, go check it out if you're a fan of Game of Thrones. I know a lot of us have a sour taste in our mouth after that show, but
you can make your own ending.
you surely can. So check it out. It's a lot of fun. I've spent many an hour deep in it. Just be aware that Crusader Kings 2 probably will take a little bit of time to learn because it can be a little wonky. All right, that's one of my mods. What do you got, man?
Cool. I mean, I have a lot of mods. Most of my modding experience comes from the many Star Wars games that I used to play. Like for example, here I'm gonna give off a few of them, and then we'll all go into detail.
Mm-hmm.
Star Wars Galactic Battlegrounds, which was an RTS in the style of Age of Empires 2. That is a game that I put many an hour into. And there's so many cool mods for it. There's just one that's more recent, and by more recent, I mean like within the past 5 years that they've been working on it up until now. It's called, I'm gonna get you guys a link for it so you guys can see it, because shout out to this team, because they are absolutely killing it. And they have been for a very long time. They're still working on it. Like I said, even now, they've added new factions, new units, new everything. So I'm gonna post a link for you guys here in chat. It is called Star Wars Galactic Battlegrounds Expanding Fronts. If you are a fan of Star Wars RTS, you are gonna enjoy and love this mod. This is one of my favorite mods because I fucking love Galactic Battlegrounds. It's a game, like I said, that I spent many hours on, and this mod that these guys have been working on adds so much to the game. If you think there's already a lot to the game, like just with the expansion, the Clone Campaigns one, Galactic Battlegrounds Expanding Fronts, or just Expanding Fronts EF, it adds new planets, new like terrain, new units, new like stuff you can put in the background. It is incredible, man. Like you guys have got, it's so cool. I usually just like every time they update it, I usually just pop open Galactic Battlegrounds to play it again just to see what they've added, because it's awesome, man. Like so many cool units from the new movies, from the shows. They even had stuff from the old Legends in EU. That's really cool. And yeah, like you can just mess around with the scenario editor and just come up with like a bunch of crazy ass cool looking stuff that it's again, they just add so much to the game that it's almost like a almost makes it like a completely different game that it's incredible. But yeah, shout out to these guys. They've been putting in a lot of work to this expanding fronts mod for years. For years, man. Uh and they're continuing to do so. And I think they're always looking for help too, like for people to help on. So if you're watching this and you're experienced with modding and that kind of game and that with that type of stuff in art style and everything, then I'm sure they'll you know take you on board if you're good at that kind of thing. Because yeah, they're constantly working on it. They announced that the last two factions they're going to be doing is the First Order and the Resistance. From the obviously from the new sequel trilogy movies. They had like complete like they got like the tax units, the skill trees and everything that Galactic Battlegrounds to be. They had all that stuff, man. They got like the unique units and the heroes and they like completely do the art for like the command center and the troop center and the fortress and all that stuff. It's really 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 cool, man. Um so yeah, this is one of my favorite mods ever because it is absolutely fantastic with what they have done and what they've accomplished within the past, however many years since they've been working on this. And honestly, like salute and shout out to them for continuing to do it even now. Like it's it's insane, man. I love it, man. It's really really cool, really really fun, and I just my love for the game has not faded uh due to their work on this mod that they keep adding stuff onto it. So yeah, it's awesome. It really is what I can say. It's just so fucking cool. So shout out to Expanding Fronts, one of the coolest fucking mods for a Star Wars game and any game in my opinion. So yeah, I really like that one.
Oh, the
Yes.
next one I have is also a Star Wars one, specifically a KOTOR 2 mod. It's kind of like the biggin.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna deep dive on it much because it does get into spoilers. But it is the restored content mod for KOTOR 2. For those of you that don't know, KOTOR 2 was kind of rushed out the door. They had to cut a lot of content out of the game. This mod restores a bunch of it, including like I think an entirely new planet. I'm not exactly sure if this one's in this mod. There's one version of the mod that has it in there, I remember, and like I think there was another version that didn't, so I can't remember exactly if it's in this one. Um, but they put in a bunch of new conversation with your companions. It has like a whole bunch of like kind of endings for your companions. Some would say. Just a whole bunch of like just story stuff, tons of it on all the different planets. A lot of that stuff had shit cut out of it, and in this mod aimed to kind of restore that. For what could be restored, there were some things that were cut that just it's not
Possible.
it's just possible yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not gonna deep dive into it, just because I love KOTOR 2 and KOTOR, and I want you to
Yeah.
experience them for yourselves. Just know that if you want to play it, I'd recommend playing it just the vanilla way first, then do another run with the mod on it. That's always how I do it, or how I did it.
You know what's funny about this one is I actually, for as many times as I've played KOTOR 1 more than I've played KOTOR 2,
Hmm.
but I've played KOTOR 2 a few times, and I still to this day I have not used the restoration mod yet to when I played it. Because I played it on
Yeah.
Xbox, which obviously you add mods to that, but like I played it on PC as well, and then like I haven't used the restoration mod, but I know there's some extra stuff in there that I was planning on replaying both KOTORs on stream at some point, and probably when I do that, I will probably do KOTOR 2 with the restoration mod because I'm very
Yeah.
curious, like I hear things about it, but I haven't like actually gone into it myself, so
Another
something that I
thing
gotta try out.
Another thing I want to bring up, just in general for the KOTOR mods, if you go to the Reddit on the KOTOR subreddit, they have a big pin thing at the top talking about KOTOR 1 and 2 mod builds, where they go through what works with what. They have a spoiler-free version and a spoiler version of what mods to get that work together. Some of them make the game look better. For current day, it adds a whole bunch of stuff. So they have a spoiler-free build, which are mods that don't have spoilers in it. They have a full build, which has the everything, including spoilers, and they have the same thing for KOTOR 2 as well. So if that's something that you're interested in, if you want to play KOTOR, but you want to mod it first, check out the KOTOR subreddit and check that message. I'll put it in the chat right now.
I feel like this is something our friend Katie should look into because I
Yes.
have told her for years. For years, I've told Katie to play KOTOR because it is the greatest game of all time,
It's
and she refuses to play it because I don't know, because the graphics look too old for her or something. I don't know. I'm just like look into some mods, Katie. It's too great of a game for you not to play. Damn it.
There's a mod for that. For me, looks are secondary next to gameplay, but the mods definitely help it make it look better. There's some out there. There's also a lot of fixes. Like there's dialogue fixes, things that were broken in the original game. There's that get fixed. There's HD versions of Pazak cards. If you want to play some Pazak, they have high definition versions. They fix some of the armor. They retexture some of the heads from the beginning of the game that you can pick from. They have HD versions of rat ghouls. I've moved on to the KOTOR now from that other mod, but they have.
Oh, it's fine. I mean, they honestly, it's something that I have to look into because I'm very curious. Because I have not played with some of those HD-ified.
There's HD versions of your companions, of the villains.
Yeah, I gotta. Yeah, those seem really cool.
Of their clothing, of just tons of the background improvements, high res versions of your ship, all this stuff, reskins of everything, overhauls of everything, HD versions of force powers and such. But check that out if you are interested in Zig KOTOR. Daniel and I probably close to favorite game, if not favorite game of all time.
I mean, KOTOR the original is probably my favorite game of all.
Yeah, exactly.
Like story wise, like story is like the for sure, like by far
top notch.
I love it. I love that game.
So if those are things you're interested in, check out that link I posted in the chat. KOTOR is amazing, and there's tons of mods out there, and they have it curated for you. They even have install instructions.
It really is, and if you are like Katie, who doesn't want to play the game because it looks old or whatever, doing yourself a disservice. That game is incredible, man.
Mm-hmm.
The story is legit, like one of the greatest Star Wars stories ever, and that includes the movies. It is better than like probably a lot of the movies, to be honest. KOTOR. We're talking about Star Wars movies. Like it's better than a lot of the Star Wars movies stories for sure. It's just fucking bonkers, dude. So good. And yeah, the mods, improve the quality of the game. So if you haven't played KOTOR 1 or 2, definitely check it out. Like me, I've played both games many times, but I need to play them again with some of these mods because I haven't done that yet. So I need to, I need to get on that at some point. I definitely plan on streaming them again. So if that's something you want to check out, we'll be doing that down the pipeline. So yeah. Is that you got for KOTOR?
Yeah, that's all I got for KOTOR. Sorry, I was thinking about how I want to play this right now.
I know, right? Some of those, I don't want to get into the rabbit hole of that right now because
no, we could deep dive some KOTOR shit.
Oh yeah, I mean we should do an episode on that.
We'll both play it, and then once that's over, we'll do an episode on it.
Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna talk about another Star Wars mod game, which is another one that I know Josh has played a lot of, and that is gonna be Star Wars Jedi Knight Jedi Academy.
Oh my goodness, yes.
Another game where I have many hours. There was this website that I would go to all the time to look up mods for that game, because that is a game where you could grab any character from like wherever and basically put them in the game. Like
Yeah.
you could have, I don't know, Homer Simpson, put him in Jedi Academy, you know, give him a double bladed lightsaber and fucking have him fight the Emperor or whatever, you know. Like there's so many mods like that I've seen that I have used for that game. Like they're primarily cosmetic mods, you know,
Hmm.
that I've used for that one, like for different characters and whatnot. Um, but I have a lot of like good memories of using, you know, mods for that game. And the website that I'm talking about that I used to use, that I would use all the time, uh is JK Hub. It is let me get the little thing for you guys real quick. It's called jkhub.org, uh for the Jedi Knight Jedi Academy mods. They have mods for just about anything and everything you could want for this game. They have like a Scarif map mod. They got like a Poe and Finn mod. They got a really like detailed Hylia Sakura, Cassian Andor. They got like a old man Luke. You know, like there's a mod that like replaces the Luke in game with like the older Luke from like the movies, which I thought was kind of cool. Uh, they got like a Kylo Ren, they have like his lightsaber that you can use too, the Kylo Ren crossguard. Um, uh, and that game is always fun because you could always like spawn in like people, you know, and have make them fight each other and stuff. Like it's one of those things that one of those games that I remember just like fucking around in a lot with mods. You like just I'm gonna, you know, download this person and that person and then this one and put them into the game and have them fuck around with each other. You know, like
Hmm.
it's good stuff. So yeah, Jedi Knight Jedi Academy uh is a great game on its own. But if you want to just have like a good old fun Star Wars time, get yourself some mods for that game, do some multiplayer, or just, you know, do, I mean, basically whatever, dude. You could have like I say, you can have anybody fighting anybody. There are other mods that are like Knights of the Force and things like that that combine like a bunch of characters into it, where all you really have to do is like get that, play it, and then like it'll like you can like there's like a little menu where you can spawn in units or characters from, and you can have them fight each other or fight them or whatever. It's fun, man. It's fun times with that. Um, yeah. So definitely, if you're into that game or if you haven't played it, I would recommend getting that as well because that game also, I mean, it just came out for like Switch and PS4, but those obviously you can't mod. On PC, it's usually not that expensive. You can probably get it for like $5 or $6, honestly,
Hmm.
and it is quite worth it for all the fun you can have on it. It's an older game, but like again, it's one of those modding communities that still does shit to this day. You
Yeah,
know,
the multiplayer's still alive for it too.
yeah. So it's a good fun time with mods on that game. I've spent many an hour with mods on that game, so it's I'd absolutely recommend it 100%.
Uh, Playing the Jedi Academy, if I can just jump in here on you, Daniel. Um,
Yeah, no, go for it.
is I think that was kind of my first dip in the toe into kind of like the online role play kind of stuff. Um, Before I
Hmm.
knew like or had played even D&D, you know, you'd hop in a server and you'd role play out all this cool Star Wars nerd shit. Um, because people would have their own skins and stuff like that they could download and put in. You could download and put it in. You could see what they looked like, and that had so much potential for role playing storytelling. And then you have mods like movie battles, which kind of recreate some of the famous scene from movies and stuff, and you can play in them.
Right,
I
that's
don't
one that I
remember.
forgot to bring up, but that's a pretty big Jedi Knight Jedi Academy mod.
But one of the biggest mods that I ever used was the JA Plus mod, which is like a lot of the online multiplayer servers had this mod. They added like a bunch of, I think taunts, emotes. It had a grapple hook that added in a thing, so you could like grapple hook up onto the walls and shit and like hang around. That obviously wouldn't like work if you were in a duel or something. Added some new force powers and stuff like that. And I remember this mostly being a thing for multiplayer stuff. Although I think it had some single player stuff to it as well. But I only ever used it for multiplayer. I played a
Hmm.
lot of Academy multiplayer. Um,
Yeah, I played a lot of single player and multiplayer. Some of the cool stuff that I liked in single player was like you can replace, like I said, like you can replace the Luke in that game with the Luke, from the movies, or you
mhm,
can replace this enemy for that enemy, or you can have this instead of that, or whatever. Like
you
there's
know,
just fun stuff like that that you could do for the single player
there's
type
like
deal.
all right, Jade skins. There's any skin you could imagine from anything you could imagine. It
Yeah,
existed
literally,
in these
basically,
games.
you could have Link from Legend of Zelda in there. You could
Yep,
have whoever,
fucking
whatever, man.
Spawn
It's
from
yeah,
Spawn is a
literally,
skin.
it was fucking bonkers, man.
Uh, uh, any of the Coach War character, any other Star Wars character definitely
Yeah, literally,
existed.
you for sure.
And then plus like shit like Homer Simpson also existed, which was
Yeah,
always pretty
I mean
funny.
that was just one that I like randomly
No, but
came up with in my head, but yeah,
no, I'm pretty sure it existed. I think I remember seeing it.
yeah, for sure.
Definitely.
The Joker, Batman, fucking all kinds of shit, dude. Deadpool. There was I remember seeing a bunch of different things you could use.
Spider-Man,
Spider Man, yeah.
definitely.
You could have Spider Man with like two lightsabers fight Deadpool with like a double blade, or like you
Mhm.
could have whoever fight whoever.
Oh
It
yeah, they had
was
swords. They fucking had swords in the game.
oh yeah, if you didn't want to use lightsabers, you could use swords.
You
You
can
had like
mod those in. Yeah.
blasters and like melee weapons like axes and like all kinds of shit, dude. There's so many cool fun mods for that game. It's I'm telling you, like well, I remember like when I first found out about mods and all that stuff, like when I was about to mod that game, the possibilities and combinations of things that you could do are endless, man. I would literally just like have people like fight each other, dude. Like spawn this character, spawn that character, fight, it's so fun.
Let them wait. Yeah, it's a
Let
lot of
them
fun. I
fight.
remember I have some good times in Academy. Miss it.
Yeah, man, dude,
Uh,
seriously.
but it still got. I don't. It's not as big as it used to be. But last I checked, it still had multiplayer. At least on the PC, still had pretty strong multiplayer stuff going on. I haven't messed with it in a hot minute. I streamed it a few times, I think.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, Jedi Academy has so many mods out there. Check them out.
Yes, absolutely. That's another one. That's one that I highly recommend mods for.
Yeah,
What do you got? Since I was the one that brought up Jedi
I
Academy.
I got one. Um, and it's one for old Warcraft 3 here.
Oh man, we love a Warcraft 3 around these parts.
And anybody can guess what it is because it gave birth to a genre called Dota, which led to things like League of Legends
Hmm.
and Dota 2 and stuff like that. It gave birth to all those games. Warcraft 3 Reign of Chaos, and the mod we're going to talk about is Defense of the Ancients, of which I'm not going to deep dive into it a whole lot because I don't remember playing a whole lot of it, but I remember it being a thing. Um, it began life as a mod before it ever became like a series. Um, the original Defense of the Ancients. I'm going to look up and see if I can find all the info of it. Yeah, those multiplayer online battle arena. That's what those are fucking called. Um, where the objective of the game is to destroy the opponent's ancient, which is a heavily guarded structure on opposing corners of the maps. If any of this sounds familiar, that's because games like League of Legends and Dota and Heroes of New Earth, when it was a thing, I think it's closing its doors, but and those games were birthed from Defense of the Ancients. Um, and they had worldwide tournaments and things like that all over the world where you pick a hero, fight minions, level up, get items, fight other heroes, and a big multiplayer uh, power attack deal. It's a lot of fun. Um, and yeah, it gave birth to the modern games like League. So that's all I'm gonna say on the old Dota. It is one of those games that one of those mods that's kind of like really dope and probably kicked off a lot of people's careers. That's another thing we haven't really talked about on modding too much. Is like a lot of people that mod that end up becoming great, successful, go on to become game developers or are giving birth to different video games. So it's really cool that that is a thing that exists. How about you, Daniel? What you got? Do you ever play Dota? I know you were a big Warcraft 3 guy, but I don't know if you ever played
I
Dota.
have not. That's never really those like kind of like MOBAs and stuff have never
Yeah,
really been my kind of thing.
same.
Um, so not really. I was more of all RTS kind of guy, like
Yeah.
Age of Empires, Age of Mythology, Galactic Battlegrounds. Um, Another one that I want to bring up is another Star Wars game. Surprise!
Mm.
Star Wars Empire at War RTS.
Yes.
So this one has uh a lot of good stuff too. The one that I use a lot is Republic at War, but there's like so many different ones that you could use. Um there's like Thrawn's Revenge. There's literally like they have mods for this game that like completely like you can change the entire game to like have it not be Star Wars. Like I've seen some that turn it into like Battlestar Galactica, other ones that turn it into like Star Trek or whatever, dude. You know what I mean? Like
Uh-huh.
there's some that turn into like all kinds of other stuff. But yeah, the one that I like is Republic at War. That I've the one of the ones that I've liked a whole lot of. There are other ones like I said, like Thrawn's Revenge. Um, they have like I think they have like an Old Republic one, but every time I had tried it, it hasn't really worked, or I don't know what's going on, but uh, yeah, I mean, there have so many mods for this game. It's another RTS classic for Star Wars. It's really cool the amount of like different things that can change uh with mods. Like it kind of amazes me sometimes, like how like for some games people like the people who are actually working on it take so long to come out with something, but then like these people modding it are like boom, done.
Mm-hmm.
Like I came up with this. um uh but yeah, Empire War has a lot of good mods for like pretty much any kind of Star Wars experience you want. Even if you want to change it to something else, like I said, you can do get Battlestar, or I think you can do Halo or whatever, man. Like whatever you're into, like they have all that kind of stuff, and they do have a apparently a Old Republic one, but it's still in progress. There's the Sith Civil War. Let me see. There's a few other ones. They have this thing called Sci-Fi at War, which pretty much has like a bunch of different like they got like the Doctor Who thing, the Borg cube. They got like all kinds of the Enterprise, all kinds of crazy shit. But yeah, I mean, some are better than others. You just kind of have to like look like any mod for any game. You kind of just have to like look into it, look at the comments, look at the the images and the videos and stuff to see if you like it or not, and you test it out. And there's there's a lot of stuff that you can look into for this one. But yeah, Empire at War. Honestly, like I would just look into it because there's like too many to name off. If you're interested in this, just look it up. There's a lot of mods for this one. They even have a Force Awakens one that they kind of somebody was working on, but I don't know how far they went into it with this. Anyway. Oh, never
Ooh,
mind. That one got shut down. Oops. Uh,
rip.
but yeah, there's a lot of mods for this game. It's a cool RTS Star Wars game. If you haven't played it, I would recommend playing it, and then you can get a bunch of mods for it that make it that improve the experience But yeah, we can move on from that.
Alright, the next mods I have up are just gonna be, I'm just gonna talk about RimWorld. Because
Hey,
I've played a lot of RimWorld and I mod the shit out of it, and there's a ton of them out there because it has Steam Workshop support. Which, if none of you have checked out the Steam Workshop for any of your games, do it because a lot of the games nowadays are built up to be used with it. People can make their mods, put them on the workshop, and you just download them with one click. Makes it super easy.
the workshop is honestly amazing.
The absolute bomb thing. But we're gonna talk about RimWorld for a minute. The last time I played RimWorld, I put androids in my game, and then I put Terminators in my game, and then I put in mods that let me grow skin over those Terminator metallic bodies to make them look like normal people. This game's fucking dope, and the mods that people come up with are also amazing. Let me tell you what I'm subscribed to right now on a whim, on WimWorld, on
On the
WimWorld,
Whim World,
on WimWorld. Your files, what I'm subscribed to currently. I have androids. I have there's more androids. There's like android expansions which add more bodies. Um, I've modded in growable grass. Uh, um, more storage options of the animal logic where animals are smarter. Instead of being completely dumb. Um, Mods that are convenience mods, things that like when I build something, my best builder will do it without me having to tell them to. It just sets it that way. A whole new UI mod called Rim Hood. Um, New skins for all the animal creatures that people have made. The complex job mod, which the characters in the game have mods and you can set priorities. This one makes it so you can really like customize it more. When I played, I think the time before I played before this last update, I had a whole bunch of Star Wars mods in it. It literally put Star Wars in RimWorld. There were rebel factions, there were Empire factions, there were smugglers, there was all this armor stuff. Like I think I had my entire squad looking like fucking Mandalorians.
hell
Um,
yeah!
because this was before the Mandalorian came out. We were all excited for it. Um, there's things that improve the pawns AIs. There's mounts. There's mount mods where you can fucking make battle mounts and ride and roll and haul and all this shit. It's cool. Yeah, here's all the Star Wars stuff. There's a Force mod. There's a mod that lets your characters become Jedi. They have to train and make lightsabers,
Oh
and it's
yeah,
really
dude.
hard.
That
Really
sounds pretty
hard to
cool.
do. It's cool. If you've never played RimWorld, it's so much fun. And it's so frustrating at times. Not in a bad way. And just, you're fucking with me kind of way, game. Checking them out. Check out all the mods they have in the workshop. It's awesome. How about you, Daniel? What you got? You got anything else?
Yes, one of my favorite games uh is one of my that I really like playing, like even by myself, but like more so with friends. Left 4 Dead 2,
Oh, yeah.
and that game has a bunch of mods for it that I use. As you may have noticed by now, I like to mod a lot of Star Wars stuff, so I put some Star Wars in my Left 4 Dead 2. I turned the zombies into fucking zombie stormtroopers. I turned like the tanks into like mini rancors and shit like that. I turn like the melee weapons into lightsabers and the guns into blasters, and it's a fun time, man. They have like character packs you can use, like for like you get your 4 uh like Bill and the rest of your survivors. You can transform them into like a squad of like Republic Commandos, or like Luke, Leia, Han, Chewie, or like a TIE pilot, a stormtrooper, a dark trooper, cool stuff like that. But there's so many more mods for Left 4 Dead 2. And as Josh was saying, you could just use the workshop on Steam and browse for some mods, because let me tell you, there's a lot of mods for this game. You can have alien xenomorphs, you can have a predator, from from the Predator. You know, you can have a Terminator. You can have Terminator weapons. You can have Mass Effect weapons. You can have uh like Fallout chainsaws. You can have like fucking one of Josh's favorite troopers, the Scout Trooper.
Yeah,
Can replaces like Jim. Uh, you can have there's so many weapon mods, enemy like replacer mods, and character like there's so many cosmetic mods for this game you can have, and even like apart from cosmetic stuff, I do believe there is like other like they have like campaign mods. There's single player, co-op versus you can like change the look of the pills and the you know the defibrillator, the med kit, which again are more cosmetic stuff. But even apart from that, there's like models and textures and just so much that you can mod to this game. Apart from the the cosmetic stuff, but the the primary stuff that I've used is cosmetic. But like it's this is another one of those games that's like super fun not only to play but to play with mods as well. And there's so much you could add to it that you can like not completely change it because I mean obviously you're still gonna like be playing, you're still gonna be killing some sort of zombies, and whatnot, but you can like you can change up the look of it quite a bit, and yeah, it's good stuff. Every time we've streamed this game, because Josh and I have streamed it, if you look at it from my point of view, I always have the mods that I was talking about on. So maybe next time we stream this, keep an eye out for that because Left 4 Dead 2 is a blast to play with mods.
yeah, boy. Um, we can't go no further without talking Elder Scrolls, and particularly
Oh
Skyrim.
shit! Yep.
Now I could sit here and talk all day about Skyrim mods because Jesus Christ, there's 2,000 pages of them on Nexus mods.
I
'Cause
figured
I
I
have it
figured
open.
Skyrim was gonna show up on this list eventually. 'Cause
I
it's
I
a
have it
game that
up in
people
front of me.
love to mod. Yeah.
Now I haven't played Skyrim in a while. When I do, I spend many fucking. I spend more time modding the game than I do actually fucking playing it. I think that's true for a lot of people that play this game. You spend out. You mod it till it fucking breaks. Um. But they have super HD textures. They have new UIs. They have hairstyles. New followers slash companions. I can't remember what they're called in Skyrim. Probably followers and companions or house carls or whatever they're called.
Probably.
They have new flora. So much. You mod this son of a bitch till it breaks. New bodies. More blood. New weapons and armor out the yin yang. Nudity, if that's what you're into. That's a thing that exists. But things that are crazy, like more enhanced lights and spell effects. For me, Skyrim has never been like just the one big mod, although they exist. Like Skywind, I believe it's called, where they try to put Morrowind in Skyrim. That I don't know if that ever came out or if it's still in progress. I've never actually looked for it. They have a lot of bug fixes that Bethesda never fixed, so people take it upon themselves to fix it, which is dope. New skeletons for characters, so they'll move in different ways and do different things. Fuck, what else? Trying to think. I think there's a mod that makes the two factions that are in the game fucking actually have wars on the battlefield. Like, that's a thing that exists. I remember that mod. It's pretty dope. New mounts, obviously, that's a thing. But yeah. I mod Skyrim when I play it till it breaks, and then when it breaks, I'm done with it until I decide to redo it. Yeah, they have new like if it's in Skyrim, you can mod it. It's crazy. Daniel, how much of Skyrim did you play? Did you mod the shit out of it if you played it? I can't remember.
I'll be honest, I've never played Skyrim.
Really?
No, I've never played it.
Well,
I've never owned it.
well, you just add that onto the list, my friend. So for something down the
I know.
line.
It's one of those games that everybody's like, "What? You haven't played Skyrim?" Because everybody's played fucking Skyrim, you know. But yeah, I've never owned it. I've never played it. I know the memes of like, I got shot in the arrow with I got shot in the knee with an arrow or whatever.
Yeah. Used to be an
I
adventurer like
just
you, and then I took an arrow to the knee.
Yeah, I took an arrow to the knee, but I haven't played it, man. I've never owned it. It's one of those things that like one of those games that they keep trying to sell you all the time, But I don't know, man. Like I honestly have never really played the Elder Scrolls games. Like I know there's like Oblivion and Morrowind, these other ones. Just haven't for some reason I just never got into them. Not that I like didn't want to, it's just like I just missed them because I was playing other things.
Yeah.
And then Skyrim was like the latest one that came out, obviously, and it's been like 9 years since that one came out. And I just still to this day I have not played it.
I think
Uh
you're the ultimate goal of Bethesda. That's why they keep releasing it on everything. We're like, we gotta get that DT3 guy to play this fucking game, and then we'll move on to something else. Daniel, you're holding us all back. I'm just letting you
hey man, don't wait up on me, Bethesda. Don't wait up on me. I got like a million different games to play.
Lord. We'll keep trying. Eventually, it'll be on your toaster, and you will have to play it.
But
Uh,
I want to play it. What if I want to play it on my fucking refrigerator, man? I
I'm not
know.
gonna put that on there too.
Yeah, I don't have the Samsung refrigerator, but
Oh Lord.
maybe somehow they'll be able to do that.
Uh,
But
as
anyway,
as far as any specific mods that hang out to me on Skyrim, I can't think of anything specifically. Because for me, it was always like, I'm getting this, 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 and that, and then there's also this, and then this, and then this, and it becomes its own one big giant mod, almost. So, um, there's not one
yeah,
that truly shines out. A lot of my mods are just multiples that enhance things.
it's just one of those games that like, I've heard so much about that has been modded like to death that people love modding. But I guess it's just one of those ones I just never got to, dude. And every time I look at like one of the Steam sales, it's like it never like I don't know, it never gets low enough where I'm at the point where I'm like, well, maybe I'll try it out.
And then they came
Because
out with
even
the
now,
HD
nine
version.
9 years later, it's still fucking expensive, dude. It's still like if the game just came out, and I'm like, what the hell? It's crazy.
But yeah, that's Skyrim for you guys. Check it out.
Yeah.
How about you, Daniel? You got anything else?
Um,
I brought up Skyrim. Yeah, I brought up Skyrim. But you haven't played it.
I'm
Uh,
gonna bring up something that we both have been experimenting with within the past several days, and that
yeah.
is XCOM 2, baby.
XCOM 2.
We couldn't continue this without talking about XCOM 2, man. Come on now.
I was saving
So,
XCOM for my last.
oh, you were?
That's
Okay,
probably is. This probably will be my last though. I was ready for it
that's
next.
fair.
But
Uh,
yeah, go ahead.
so XCOM 2. Uh, Josh definitely has more experience with this than I do because I recently just got the game and I've been getting into it and whatnot. Like I've seen people play it for like years, but I only recently just got it myself. Uh, and it's crazy how like it's one of those games where it's like you need this mod, this mod, and this mod in order to get this one. It's like, oh shit, I need whatever, right? And it's so cool how many. It's another one of those games where you can like completely change the game up, right? You can change the enemies, you can change the uh cosmetics of your troops and your units, and it's awesome. Like there's already a lot of cool customization options with the game and the DLC and all that stuff itself, War the Chosen and whatnot.
Hmm.
But on top of that, you can add on a bunch of other stuff to make everything look absolutely incredible. And I'm like I said, Josh has a little bit more experience with this than I do, so I'm gonna let him talk here a little bit now.
I, let's.
But there's just to like end it here for me.
Yeah.
There's so many cool mods that you can get lost into in the rabbit hole that like you got to be careful, because if you get too many, you'll be like Josh and be like, my game is so big now because of all the mods that I have.
True.
Anyway, go ahead, man.
So let's start with the original XCOM, or Enemy Unknown, I should say, not necessarily the original. So there was a mod that came out for Enemy Unknown called Long War, and I think this mod in particular has what has led to the XCOM 2 becoming as big as it is with mods. So here's what Long War did for the original XCOM. It extended the campaign and required more missions to complete. It had tactical missions that let you have up to 12 XCOM soldiers on the battlefield at once. It had 8 different soldier classes. It had new weapons and modifications and technology. It had new armor, new items. It had a system of commissioning and promoting XCOM officers who provided bonuses. It overhauled the interception game from the first XCOM. It made aliens and exalt forces grow tougher over time. They gained stats. They gained perks. Soldiers were required to rest after missions, I believe, or they rest after each mission rather. And this led to people like praising the game, including Jake Solomon, who was the XCOM lead designer on Twitter, right? He's like, it takes XCOM to a whole new level. He says that the original game was like a 20-hour tutorial setting you up for Long War, the mod. That's big fucking praise coming from the guy that designed the goddamn game. So when XCOM 2 came along, it didn't just come along with XCOM 2, it came along with complete mod support. They built the game ground up to support mods in any way they could. And in fact, Long War 2 became a thing. They talked to the guys that did the original Long War, who had made their own studio called Long War Studios, which I think they've since changed the name of that studio. I think Firaxis went to them and was like, hey, we want you to do Long War 2 for XCOM 2. And it came out not too long after the original game came out. It launched with mods ready. It launched with I think there was a silencer, and there were 2 other mods that I can't think of off the top of my head. So the mod I'm gonna talk about here for a minute is Long War 2 for XCOM 2. It had a much longer campaign than the original XCOM. The original XCOM 2 campaign. It had you had to do like 100 to 120 missions to complete the game. They had infiltration mechanics that were like sending out multiple squads at once to do things. You had to manage resistances, the resistance, the havens. It had more soldier classes. It had 2 new weapon tiers. That's one of the things that was added. They added laser weapons. That was one of the DLCs. And this is for the original XCOM. This isn't for War of the Chosen. Although I think they have since made Long War 2 for War of the Chosen. But yeah, that's why XCOM 2 is so moddable and has so many mods. Is it all started with Long War and becoming one of the most popular mods for a video game I've ever seen, really, and that's what gave birth to why XCOM 2 is so mod heavy. I think it all feeds back to the original Long War. Daniel, what mods are you using in your XCOM 2 run?
I am using or
what are you enjoying at the moment? I should say.
You know what? Let's grab. I'm gonna look into my subscribed. I'm gonna look into my subscribe items for XCOM 2, right? So you guys can know what the kind of things I'm using to make the game better for me. I am using one that I think is very, very important or that I think is like for me a good one to have is Commander's Choice, which when you have a rookie in the game and he gets promoted, you instead of the game can choose their class. So what that means is normally in the game, when you have a rookie and he gets promoted, the game will automatically randomize, give him whatever class they, whatever, right? With Commander's Choice, when they get promoted, or when your rookie gets a promotion, you can choose whatever class you want to give them. So that one I think is a pretty good one that like alters the game a little bit. Another one that I thought was a good one to have is Evac All. So
I have that one.
it evacuates all your troops with instead of just one by one or whatever.
Yeah, when the Sky Ranger comes in to pick your boys up, you can put them all in the zone and just pick them all up in one go. It
Yep.
looks dope too
And
because it drops the ropes down and they all go up at the same time. It just looks fucking.
yeah, it's so those are a few that I thought were pretty good. And then I got a bunch of like different Star Wars ones for like the Clone Trooper armors and the weapons and that kind of deal. And then of course, in order to have some of these, you have to have like other ones
Mm-hmm.
involved with it. So like some of the other ones I have are like add part names, ballistic shields, cannon animation redux, secondaries. So you can have a you know primary secondary weapon, helmet glass fix, community Highlander, let's see what else we got in here. Completely invisible heads. That's for like the the clones or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
clone troopers.
And
Uh,
aliens.
yeah, and the aliens stuff. I have a Star Wars alien head pack. I got the Old Republic HK droids. There's another one for like arms and shoulders, so you can have like them separated and whatnot. But yeah, there's some really really cool stuff like that you can make and utilize. I'm sure there's gonna be more that I will probably be getting, as I play the game more and kind of experiment with things here and there. But that's kind of what I got mainly so far right now.
Yeah, I have a lot of the Star Wars stuff. I have a Rocketeer class mod. Um, I also have Commander's Choice, like Daniel does. There's tons of mods. Like there's mods from like people have taken fucking the guns out of Mass Effect and put them in XCOM 2, and they're in there and they look there and they have the sounds and everything. They have voices from uh from the characters. Like you can download little companion packs. Like I don't know. Let's pick somebody like Garrus from Mass Effect, and you can download all of that through the workshop. And he's in the game, and he has his voice lines from Mass Effect. He walks around. He's a badass. He looks cool, and it's like having the character there with you. Awesome. They have tons of color options because I feel like the base game is kind of a little limited on colors, but there's a mod that adds over like a shitload. I think the actual mod name is a million color mods. I don't know if it's actually a million colors, but it's a fuckload of them. Um, um, oh wow, I have this mod. I didn't even realize this. There's a mod that lets your characters surrender, so they just get captured instead of being killed. Interesting. I actually didn't realize I had that mod till just a minute ago. There's a lot of quality of life things too, like the evac all mod that Daniel talked about, just to make it.
Yeah, but that's
There's a ton of those.
it's a good one for sure.
I have ballistic shields, so I have a character that can walk around with a shield and a shotgun. Um, Skins for the Sky Ranger. I mean, there's so many. There's because like for those of you that don't know XCOM, it's highly customizable. You customize your characters or your soldiers like super
From
crazy.
head to toe.
Yeah, from everything. I mean everything.
Armor patterns, arm armor, leg armor,
Faces,
torso armor, faces,
accessories.
facial hair, accessories, helmets, hats, whatever, you
I
know?
mean, completely. The only thing you don't pick is like how tall they are and how buff they are. Those are like the only two things, and there's probably a mod
Right.
for that if you
Yeah.
want one. But
Probably. I honestly haven't looked into that, but I'm sure there is, yeah.
um, so there's so many little accessory mods, hair mods, face mods, fucking helmet mods, armor mods. There's so many. The entire
Mhm.
armor of from fucking Halo, even though I'm not a Halo guy, you know how I feel about Halo. It's in the XCOM workshop. You can download it. I've done it.
Yep.
You know why? Because I do think Master Chief's a badass, even though I don't like Halo. His armor looks dope.
The armor for those guys are pretty dope, yeah.
Yeah. The Spartan armor? Cool. There's fucking here's an automatic shotgun mod. I'm gonna download that right now. Hit subscribe to that shit. Boom. Got it. Look how easy that was. I did a mod on
Boom,
stream.
got it. Right
Two
on stream. Just
seconds.
got one right on stream
Yeah,
live.
look at that.
There it is.
Um, no, but you can like record voices. I've thought about recording a voice and making like my own little custom dude in it. I haven't, but I thought about it. XCOM 2 is built to be modded, straight up.
Um you should do that, and then every time you get a kill, be like hashtag burger time or something
Oh,
like something like
Jesus Christ.
that.
You talked me out of it, Daniel. Right there, you did
Oh
it.
man, come on, bro.
I'm
You,
kidding.
you gotta do it, man.
Uh,
Be amazing.
uh, oh, Lordy. Uh, but yeah, there's so much for XCOM and War of the Chosen. That's one thing you gotta remember is like they kind of have separate mod for each one, but most of them are compatible with each other.
Yeah, for sure.
Like I have
You
a
just
dual wielding
gotta.
pistol mod too, which is pretty cool.
I think I have that one too. Let me see. It's
You can save uniforms. Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. It's somewhere in here, but yeah, I think I have that one too.
I just recently cleared mine out because my game kind of got reset, so I cleared up. There's no telling how many mods I had.
Yeah, I feel like this is one of those games where it's like you just gotta start from scratch, you know? Like
Yeah, if you don't
every time
play
you
for a
play it
while.
again.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Uh,
It is cool how there's like an unsubscribe from all type deal. That's
Thank goodness,
nice.
because I don't remember that button being there when I originally played it. I'm so glad it
Yeah.
is now. Yeah, there's the Halo armor. Look at that. That looks dope.
Yeah, so I mean basically there's pretty much anything you could probably want, it's in there, you know? So
Mm-hmm.
definitely
Uh,
definitely get you some mods, look into it, fall into the rabbit hole. You can get T800 Terminators. It's crazy.
uh-huh. Oh, another thing on the Long War mod that I forgot to mention is XCOM was already hard. XCOM
It
2
is.
can also be
It sure
hard.
is.
A Long War mod makes the game even harder.
No thanks, dude.
So if you want
No.
you a challenge, check out Long War. Uh, uh, you say no thanks, Daniel, but once you master the game, once you suffer like I have suffered, you will want it even harder because you get real good at it.
I don't know about that, man. I don't know about that.
Shit. Uh,
I don't know about that, man.
Here's the Akimbo class mod. All right, buddy, that's all I got. What do you got? You got anything else you want to talk about? You want to talk about XCOM some more or any?
I mean, there's a lot of mods out there. I would recommend, like, if you guys are playing a game on PC that you're really into, uh, check if there's mods for it because you never know, right?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Modding is in general really, really fun. If you've never modded a game before, it's really easy. Don't worry about that. Like some of the easiest stuff you can have or you can do while modding a game is like on the Steam workshop because literally all you got to do is press subscribe to this thing item or whatever, right? And that's as easy as you can get. Like if you're just getting them off Steam, but even then, it's easy doing it even if you're not doing that. Like if it tells you that you have to put files into the whatever, drag the or copy the file into the folder, whatever. That stuff is easy. Most of the time, when you download a mod, it'll have like a README file that you just read that if you're like not sure where to place the thing. Read that, it'll step by step tell you what to do, and it's pretty simple. So if you're like new to modding or you've never modded anything ever, or you're like, how do I get into this or whatever, just check out some of the games we talked about, or check out some of the games that some of your favorites, and see if there's mods for them. Look them up. There's like Nexus mods, there's like ModDB, there's all these modding websites you can find mods for. And like I said, even just on Steam alone, there's some pretty easy and simple things you can get uh on it that literally are just a button away from being added to your game. And it's honestly as simple as that. Like video games are fun as it is, but modding video games is a lot more fun. It can
Mm-hmm.
bring you added fun to a game maybe you weren't having as much fun with, but with a couple of mods here and there, maybe it'll turn into one of your favorite games. Like who knows, man? Like that's the beauty of modding, is that you can it's kind of similar to D&D in the fact that like you can pretty much do anything you want to,
Mm-hmm.
given the parameters of like, as long as this mod exists and it works, then you can add it to your game, and you can turn one thing to something else, and it's can completely change your experience on it. So yeah, I mean, just to close out some final thoughts here is just, if you've never given a hand at modding, then Josh and I both recommend it. If you ever need help with anything, you can just hit us up, or
Yeah.
if you have any other cool mod suggestions that we maybe perhaps didn't talk about, or if you have your own cool number of mods that you want to tell us about, let us know, man.
Yeah.
Join the Discords, follow us on the Twitters, and hit us up with all that cool information. We're around. We make ourselves very available.
Very
Uh
valuable.
very, very available.
I'm fucking
And
mod in my hand.
yeah, motherfucker, this mod I got in my game.
Yeah. The,
Shout out to Majin for
mod-
Reverend X.
yeah. The Reverend. Good Reverend.
Anyway, I think that's probably gonna be it for today.
Yeah. Let's do our shout outs. Let me get you
So
up
we're
here.
gonna go ahead and do a quick shout out right here, my
Whoop.
friends.
Whoop. There we go. Sorry.
Uh, Shout out to all of you for watching this episode of the Clockwork Cantina, episode 33, Modding Madness. Like I said, if you have any other cool mods, hit us up. There's the information here on the sidebars. Look at that. Follow us, hit us up, all that good stuff. And we'll be back next week with another episode. We'll be watching Onward, the Pixar movie, and we'll be talking about it. And come join us for that. Watch it, and then come join us and talk about it. I'm sure that'll be fun. And then as far as things go for me on stream, I'll be restarting my XCOM run on Monday because things went bad. So you learn, you try to do better, using your failures into
That's XCOM in a
things.
nutshell, man.
It pretty much is. That game is brutal, man. But anyway, we'll be doing more of that. I'm not sure what else we'll be playing. Maybe a little bit more Animal Crossing. Maybe we'll start a new game here soonish. I don't know. Things are kind of like, I'm playing XCOM, but we'll see what happens with that and all that kind of stuff. And then also
Man,
check it out. I don't know if you guys can see it.
I see
Maybe
it.
I gotta get a little higher.
A little higher. There you go.
It is a DT3 shirt. I recently updated my merch shop. So if you want to if you want to get yourself some dank ass merch, check it out. I got some pretty cool designs on there. I got shirts and hoodies and whatever. So check it out. I got some cool stuff on there. If you want to, rep the stream and whatnot. But yeah, I mean, other than that, hope you guys have a good, a good rest of this weekend, and we'll be back again tomorrow with some D&D Frozen Decimation. I'm very happy about that, which Josh will talk about here in a little bit because he's done some pretty cool updates to that you'll see here shortly. Bye-bye, everybody. See you next time. Peace out.
All right. Hi, guys. Thank you for watching Clockwork Cantina, episode 33. We appreciate your love and support every week here on the show, because we try to do the show every week. And we've been doing real good. We got some cool stuff coming down the pipe. Tomorrow, we got Frozen Decimation coming down. I'm going to debut the new overlay. It looks fairly similar to the old overlay with some changes, but it should fit the screen and look a lot better. I have done the 2-year recap, part 1. It's on my YouTube. I think you can go to youtube.com/Josh92. It should take you there. Do it. Maybe it don't. It does! Yeah, youtube.com/Josh92. If you want to check out that first little part of the recap video where I explain what I'm doing, explain the backstory of the world, and get the first round of player info out there for people that want to know that. The next part will be coming along fairly soon. But yeah, come back tomorrow at 6 Eastern Time for Frozen Decimation. We also do Clockwork Cantina. If you're watching this, you know this. We do Clockwork Cantina on Saturdays at 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Pacific Time. I do want to preface that we're going to get some storms tomorrow afternoon that could possibly impact the game, just in case. Something happens, I'll try to keep you all updated. But you know how it be. Weather is weather, and I cannot stop it. Unfortunately. I have some things coming. Some things I can't talk about. But keep an eye onto the socials and see secrets that nobody knows.
Oh man.
But keep an eye out on all that stuff for the stuff that's coming along, and we will talk about those things when they come up. Until next Saturday, if that's when we see you guys next, we'll be seeing you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.